Hello, RMN. Welcome to the All Hallows Event 2013 podcast. I am Deck Hiller, the moderator for this podcast, and we have the three judges here. We have Kaz.
Hello.
Star Skipping.
Hey, guys.
And Fomar.
Greetings.
And we're going to go through every game and go through the winners and the top 10 and just have a good time doing it. We'll start with a basic overview of the contest. The idea was to make a Halloween-themed game in a month based on either a ghost story, survival horror, a monster attack, a Halloween comedy in general, or a nonfiction horror, which I think was the coolest of the categories. We'll see if that translated into good games as we go through the podcast. And the first place prize was a $100 Steam gift card from me, and second place was a copy of the DS Plus Resource Pack, sponsored by RPG Maker Web. Third place was a Steam key for the game A-Train 8, and we also have a few other prizes provided by Fomar, and we're also going to have achievements for the best game in each category. So why don't we get started by going through each game individually. We'll start with Another Day, since we're going in alphabetical order. Do you guys want to tell us about Another Day?
Yeah, who's going to start?
Well, it was one of the two, what's the way of putting it? Should I say visual novel games? Or
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
more
sort of
text-based than an actual game?
Multiple choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was text-based with pictures that described what you were doing, and I think it was mostly done throughout pictures. The text was a little bit boring, I think.
Yeah,
it wasn't very well
some
written.
Music as well.
It did have some sound effects, like when you dropped the candle and there's the glass that shatters suddenly, because you haven't read that far down and you just hear the glass shatter on you.
Or the cat.
I
Oh,
love
the cat was love.
Oh,
The cat was the best character.
Definitely. Shame there wasn't like a save point system though. They had like passwords, but I could never like get the hang of it.
No, I never understood how the password worked. So I ended up having to do the whole thing because I got all the endings.
I think I got about 5 or 6 of the endings, but I didn't manage to get all of them. It was just too irritating doing the start constantly.
Yeah, definitely. I think I got 2.
2?
Yeah, 2. I think I played it around like 2 times. I just figured like, oh, well, it's going to be all the same anyway, but with differences in between them.
I think there were quite a few differences.
Yeah. I think the first ending was when I just appeared in a field, and that sort of baffled my brain. I was like,
that was the spinny ending, which didn't make any sense at all.
I got killed in the first one. That man beat me to death.
Oh, I managed to get away from him, and then I got basically most of the information.
I was too trusting. I got stabbed.
Actually, I did that with both the text-based games. I got the best ending that reveals what's actually happening really early on.
Oh, I didn't. I got the stupidest endings first, and then, in the end, got the best one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was planned on my part.
I don't know.
Or just dumb luck.
Alright, so what's your overall verdict of the game?
I thought it was alright. I
I think it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay, great. We'll go on.
We'll put it in the okay category.
We'll put it in the okay category?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very long game, so you may as well, because it only takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Have a quick
It is
go.
quite casual.
Yeah.
Alright then.
And just think, there's no game overs.
Yeah, that's
In this
true. There were no
contest-
real game overs.
In this contest, that's a really big plus.
Yeah.
And no death on touch.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
that.
yeah. Should I get the list of Death on Touches for later?
No, I think we'll get started on that later.
Okay, we'll go on to the next game on the list, which is Darga.
I thought this one was a pretty creepy game. I don't think I really got the message that was involved.
I just got very frustrated with rotating rooms that I didn't realise were rotating for ages, so the lighting effect made it so dark.
You know,
Yeah, it was quite hard to see where you were even going.
Yeah.
No, I really like the game though, because it's like you go in there, rooms start changing. I got the sort of atmosphere of Pan's Labyrinth for a Tim Burton film.
Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Yep.
And I just like how you're not playing as an adult or like a man or a woman, but you're playing as a little child. I thought that was a neat touch.
I quite like the metaphor that Foamy touched on one of his reviews, where the house just suddenly fell apart, and he said it was like a broken home.
It's
I
sort of-
didn't really think about
house
that
was sort
before.
of live, wasn't it? It was like changing, you know.
Yeah. The house kept getting worse as he progressed, I felt. I mean, I must admit, it was a bit odd when you saw palm trees at the one point in the walls.
Well, that's what I mean about the broken home thing.
Yeah. I mean, the whole game was a metaphor, I felt.
I don't think I really understood it that well.
Yeah, I didn't understand the ending though. I think you just leave. Oh,
I
actually,
think he was
spoilers.
abused. Oh, wow. Oh, whoops.
Oopsie.
Spoiler
well, the game
alert.
page is gone, so I can't see that anymore. Either
No,
that.
I can't find it either.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else you want to note about the game before we move on?
I think it just needed reworking. It was interesting, and the puzzle ideas were quite good. I think they just needed to be improved in implementation and information to player.
There was a glitch though, with when the screen went black
Oh, yeah.
in one of the puzzles. Yeah.
Oh, where the game just suddenly crashed and you froze up.
Yeah.
You got stuck in things. Yeah, I had that as well.
Yeah, needs work, but showed promise.
Okay, then. We'll move on to the next game, Dark Mirror.
This one was the... What is it?
The
The Bloody Mary one?
The sleepover.
I thought this one was quite scary at times. Not so much, like, jump out of your seat scary, but
I
it
felt
was
like
quite terrifying
the
when...
introduction lied to me in a way, because it said, oh, well, from now on it's up to you how the game ends, but it's very linear.
Yeah, that's how I found it. It was really linear,
Yeah.
but we were told we had choices to make, and there really weren't any, I didn't feel.
Felt slightly cheated there.
I don't think
Well-
choices would have made much difference, to be honest.
I don't know. If I could have chosen which one of those nasty little pieces of work could have died, I might have been quite happy.
I don't think they were that bad. I think all of the character personalities were fairly similar, actually. It was only really the main character that was
Yeah.
innocent.
They have overreactive imagination, in my opinion. You know about Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Don't know how
Yeah.
they came up with that story. I never heard that version before.
I don't think I've hit that version, but
I don't think I've ever looked up the real story. I only
No,
know
neither have I.
about it because of South Park.
that's not really Bloody Mary, though.
You know what, guys? I forgot to ask what themes the other games had going on in them. So let's just backtrack real quick. What was the theme that Another Day picked?
I thought it was survival horror, because you do survive,
Yeah.
and I guess it's quite horrifying.
Yeah.
And what about Darga?
Ghost story?
Okay.
Maybe?
Yeah, because he was sort of... I'm pretty sure he died.
Yeah.
I think the house was almost a limbo. I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I guess if anything, I'd have to say that as well.
Okay, then how about this game, Dark Mirror? What theme did it fall under?
Probably ghost stories again.
/
Yeah.
urban legend, which we never got to pick.
Yeah, but just a quick aside, I think ghost stories... What's great about the ghost story category is it's so versatile, because you can tell a tragic story, or you can tell a story with somebody who's already a ghost. It's so flexible.
We could have had a love story for Halloween. That would have been different.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there was one.
Oh.
Something like Twilight, yeah.
Oh, please no.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, thankfully no Twilight games this time.
Luckily we didn't have any vampire games.
Yeah, I think we said what we wanted to say about Dark Mirror, didn't we? I mean,
Yeah.
Alright, then.
Yeah.
We'll move on to Dark Orphanage.
which I think I'm the only one who actually played because the game download disappeared about 2 days after the event finished.
Take it away.
Yeah. I don't think I've wrote the review for it yet, but... Well, actually, the page is not there. I can't anyway, but it wasn't so good. I couldn't get very far into it because there was a game-breaking bug, but the idea was you were moving into an old orphanage, that basically your family's moving into the orphanage, so I assumed it was going to go the ghost story route of dead children or survival horror with ghosts or something. I mean, the setting was sort of interesting, but that was about it for it. And I hadn't got to any point where there was really any gameplay, so I can't really go anywhere with that either.
Okay, and what was the theme? What was the category?
I don't know. I didn't get far enough before the game break bugs prevented
okay.
me. I assumed it was going to ghost stories, but I could have been wrong.
That's what it sounds like based on the title. Yeah. Okay, then we'll move on to Death Wish.
Ooh.
I think this is the game we were possibly the most split on, because I loved it, and I think they weren't so keen.
I loved the graphics, and I guess the sound effects were pretty nice as well. It built a nice atmosphere, but it did kind of fall short on the gameplay at times.
Yeah, I just failed at the controls in general. I just didn't know what button did what. I was like, trying to build a crystal. Can't build a crystal. Got attacked.
There was a lot
Yeah,
of waiting around
frustrating.
doing nothing.
Yeah. I do like their games, though. I don't remember the names, but it began with A and K. The couple who made
Naryu and I can't remember. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I
really
I
look
found-
forward to their games, but it's like, judged from their past work compared to now, I just don't really like this game in particular. But you know, I'm looking forward to what they're going to do next. But I think it was just a bit of a blip.
I mean, I think the tutorial was awful because I was clueless when I did my single-player game. But then I played the multiplayer with a friend, and playing from the villain's point of view, where I was trying to kill that woman, it really made me understand how the mechanics worked.
Yeah.
Which I think I don't know if the single-player gave you that option to be the bad guy,
No, you're only allowed to be the...
good
Hero.
guy, single-player. Yeah, because once I understood how the game worked, it was actually quite fun, and there was a lot more depth to it. But I think it is a game which is only really good with multiplayer. If there hadn't been the multiplayer, I don't think it would have made my top 10.
I think that's probably where you had the advantage then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again, Kaz?
Foamy had the advantage there because he was the only one who played multiplayer. I don't
Yeah.
think me and Skippy did.
I don't have any friends to play multiplayer with.
Aww.
Aw, we should have played together.
We should have. But
Yeah.
we can still do it afterwards.
Well, we could
We
meet
will,
up.
we
Britain's
will.
a small place. We can all have a LAN party.
Oh, yay!
And what category was it again?
Monster Attack? Survival Horror? I wouldn't
Monster
really be able to
Attack,
pin it.
yeah. Probably, most of them are
Okay.
blurred. It was
Yeah.
probably Monster Attack.
Yeah.
I mean, the plot idea on the game, it was only on the game page, though, sadly. But the plot was that there's this blog where if you put someone's name, Death Wish, this monstrous thing, comes to kill you. And you have to try and survive. So that was sort of interesting, but it doesn't show any of that in-game.
Nah, the game kind of just throws you into it.
Okay, then. We'll move on to Ghost House.
Oh, that's the one where they're all fairies, right?
Yeah.
There.
It's
Well,
Yeah,
they're
you have-
exorcists.
Yeah, you have to gather ammo all game for the final boss.
I felt like the final boss just felt out of place for me. It's like you're going through, there's no battles at all, but then at the end there's a typical
RPG.
standard
Yeah.
battle, and it's just felt so jarring from the rest of the game.
The other thing was it had an ammo system, and if you hadn't been collecting ammo throughout the whole game, you had no chance of winning.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't try not collecting anything. I was just picking up bits of
Oh, yeah, I
fly
picked
wings
all
and
up.
things all the way throughout. I
Yeah,
found it a
there
bit weird. They're like 9-year-old girls and they're just picking up pieces of flies and dust.
Yeah, I mean, this was a common thing, I think, across all the games. A lot of the young characters in all the Halloween games felt more like teenagers or young adults than children.
Yeah, they didn't feel particularly innocent, I don't think.
Also, we noticed in the house, most of the doors are locked. That sort of irritated me a little bit. It's spamming enter on the doors.
Yeah, because they
trying to get
actually
in.
live... Do they live there, or were they...
Yeah,
they're
they're visiting their aunt, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, that was it.
The aunt
they
didn't do anything. Just,
Yeah, the aunt
sat
was
there.
lazy.
Yeah, that's what I said in
Stupid
my
aunt.
notes. I was like, yep, lazy aunt, right there.
Couldn't even unlock the doors for
Yeah,
them.
right. Yeah, it's definitely Ghost Story.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
in the title.
Speaking of Ghost, the next game is Ghost Suburb Zero.
Oh, God.
The funniest bit of trivia I have for this game was that it took me longer to walk across the first room than it did to complete some of the games in the contest.
Did you look in the hole?
Wow.
Like the first hole?
Oh yeah, I died
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, as soon as I began.
never instant death instantly, and it was quite annoying because it made me afraid to investigate anything in case I got killed later on because there was
Yeah.
no saves.
It was a shame. I really liked the graphics and the atmosphere in that game, but
Yeah.
there was no
Like-
storyline, there was no gameplay.
Compared to Mogo's, is it Mogo? I'm not sure. Mogo's previous work, I'm Scared of Girls, there's usually a point to his games, but I felt there wasn't actually a point to it. And
I
I
didn't-
think that sort of made my enjoyment level down a bit.
Did you manage to complete it? Because mine span
I
out.
tried.
Could you complete it? Was there an ending?
I think I got close, but then my keyboard messed up because when I'm recording things, it sometimes messes up RPG Maker's controls, and I got stuck.
I think
and
I got
wasn't-
stuck a couple times.
I didn't like how the ghosts respawn after you leave the room and come back again.
Yeah, because there was so little ways to restock and heal, and there was no direction where you were going. And the walk speed. Why have none of us mentioned the walk speed yet?
Oh, God, the walk speed.
Oh,
Don't get me started on the walk speed.
Always the harbinger of a bad game.
hey,
right
didn't you
there.
say it was longer than one game, just this one room?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
every room was longer than that game. That's how slow I walked, and that's how short that game we'll mention soon it was.
But otherwise, I liked it.
All
I
right.
mean, it can't just be dragged down entirely by its gameplay.
No.
There was
I mean,
a good
it had-
atmosphere to it.
It was very pretty, and I liked them that when instead of miss, you had meh.
Sort of had symbolism in it, but I just couldn't understand it.
Okay, then we'll move on to Girls Graveyard.
Pac-Man.
Ooh la la.
Oh, God.
Ooh la
We need
la.
that sound effect for this podcast.
Yeah, I insist, Eki, you insert it.
Slender Man
after
romance.
Which sound effect?
We require the ooh la la from Girls' Graveyard.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently there was a checkpoint system after level 3, but I never managed to complete level 3 to
Why
find
would he
out.
put a checkpoint system in level 3? Why not level 1?
I don't know, it should have been every level.
Yeah.
Then
It
I
should
might
have
have had
been.
a chance.
I
It
don't
was
think
another
I got
game
past
with...
that 3.
Yeah, it was another game with Death on Touch. I might have actually been sent... I think he PM'd me a save file so I could try the later levels, but then I couldn't get past level 4 either.
It was just shockingly difficult.
Yeah. Having an event which on touch game over and having them approach player in RPG Maker does not make a good game.
No,
No,
it
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
I think it's the most laziest way of doing it.
It was good otherwise. I mean, again, I liked the graphics, and I guess the atmosphere was alright. It was quite
Yeah.
comical.
It was a Halloween comedy. It did achieve
It's
that.
very colourful, though.
when you first heard Ooh La La, if you didn't burst out laughing,
Yeah, that was one of the better parts of the game.
Okay then, what category does it fall under, if it falls under any of them?
comedy.
Probably comedy, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh la la! Okay, we'll move on to, God of Crawling Eyes.
Oh, yes, the
Sounds
good
kinda
stuff.
creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I think you two both like this game a bit more than I did.
yeah, we did. It was fantastic.
I actually jumped a little bit when I saw the little wiggly worm coming out for the first time. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell
what's
is that?
It's touch. So many of the games so far had.
I loved it. Like, well, spoiler alert here, but there's like massive eyeball just come out the wall and just like stare you down. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, they follow you as you walk across the
Yeah.
room.
I think anyone who's listening to this podcast is probably prepared for spoilers anyway, so
yeah.
Yeah.
we'll just go ahead and say what's happened in some of the games if it's important.
I like how the puzzles were logical though. Like they weren't like nonsensical puzzles, like push a crate onto a switch, open up. Even though that's logical, I'm just saying like gas the bear. If you know what I mean.
I mean, the funniest thing was, 'cause I think I asked the creator if he was, because I wondered if he was British as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's on a TV show over here called Waterloo Road. I think about a week before the game was submitted, one of the pupils on it accidentally mixed ammonia and bleach and caused chlorine gas, which is exactly what you do in the game, which is sort of commonish knowledge over here at the moment until it fades from existence again. So it was very, like that, the science was very good and it all sort of worked.
I think I like the atmosphere and the story more than anything. Like how he starts off with black and white vision, and then suddenly after taking the drugs, he gets the red vision as well.
It's very
Yeah.
refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah, it did have a lot of impact
The only
to it, I
part
found.
where it didn't work was that one of the cutscenes after the game has ended, like the final cutscene, in one of the endings, he's not the point of view character. Someone else is, and they should have been able to see in colour.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess that is a good point.
You got a good point there. Yeah. I think the ending I got was where the girl was like chucked down the well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you go with the girl, you can't die. There's only one ending out of the 4 where you actually...
Like snuff it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I lived. I think the only problem I had with this game was there was a part where Black Goo starts chasing you across the floor.
Yeah, I couldn't work that out for
I
ages.
couldn't work it out. I had to go watch your LP.
I think there was like 2 choices there, wasn't there?
There's actually a few things there that are hidden. There's a cutscene in the girls' bathroom. It's the only time you can enter the girls' bathroom. And that's where the teacher went after slaughtering your class.
Oh, I was
And then you
wondering
kill
what happened
yourself.
to her.
Yeah, she was in that bathroom, and then
Oh,
your
no
character
way.
went, "Oh God, not you," sort of thing, and walks back out the door.
Wonder
going,
why
"Oh,
she went
thank
crazy.
God." Oh, we never found that. I don't think it was a
No.
really short cutscene that was really easy to miss. But I was trying every room, and
I tried every room as well. I found that one.
it
I
took
think
me
I
a while
tried
to work
cupboards
out. I
and
could
things.
push the. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There was one of the so you get a reward for completing each ending, and one of them was the drama room, and it has a cabinet, and it has a poster. So I was thinking, oh my god, is there a hidden 5th ending? But no, which was a bit of a
Aw, lame.
letdown. I know.
And that was Grandma's house, right? Because I think I might have lost track.
No, that was God Crawling
No.
Eyes.
That was got a
Oh, that was still Crawling Eyes? Okay.
Yeah.
We loved that game.
I was
It looks
getting a little ahead of
very
myself
there.
wild. We just talked all over each other. It was very much in the style of Earthbound, but without colour.
So that brings us to Grandma's house then.
Oh yeah. Ooh. I like how it started. You know, it had voice acting. You know, flashy title screen, and then it sort of like descended into
Lag.
It feels like a game of 2 identities.
The intro was very good. I was looking forward to a good game after it, but then there was the pathfinding lag.
And also the troll.
The troll kind of messed up for me. I saved the game, and then I closed it, and then when I came back into it, the troll was just waiting at the save point for me.
It was a,
And I
it's
walked
kind.
around, and it was just stuck there.
saw the troll climbing down the rope. I was like, hang on.
I got stuck there for ages because I couldn't seem to move down left. I had to go left and down. You had to do it really quick, or it got you instantly. And it took me ages to do that bit.
I don't think I got
Also-
past the first floor.
Okay, I did. The second floor had another, and I got killed by a random event. And then the second enemy you meet runs at the same speed as you do, meaning you can't get away.
Oh.
And so you had to work out where you're taking to kill him without being able to get any distance between you. And I just gave up at that point.
I think the lag was just too much for me.
It glitched on me as well at one point, because you know that anxiety meter thing that goes down before the lightning even hits the house? You had an anxiety meter something because she's scared of the dark?
Oh, fear meter.
That never went down
That was
to me.
very, clock tower, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
Number
it
3.
broke on me. It just stopped going down at one point. I was like, oh, that's fine by me.
Yeah, mine didn't go down at all.
Oh, mine did right from the start of the game for a while.
No, mine never did.
Oh.
Did you
wondering
die
what
if
point of it was.
the fear meter hit 0?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't think I ever had it hit
I don't
0.
think anything bad's ever happened to me over it. I don't remember, to be honest.
But
But
why would the girl just, die?
heart attack, she's terrified to death. I've
know
heard
the
worse
dark.
things. Yeah.
I need to read up on that, see how old she was, if they actually gave her an age. I'm just think, man up,
Well, I think the story is something like her grandma passes away, so I guess it would make sense for her to be over-anxious.
Yeah.
And then in her world leaves her a house full of monsters. Worst grandma ever.
And her cat.
Oh, and
What's
the
it with
cat.
this game and cats?
Oh, it was lovely. What was the cat's name? Lucifer?
I
But it
can't
was a
remember.
girl?
Lucifer the girl cat.
I think. I could be wrong.
And was this a ghost story or survival horror?
I'd say
monster.
survival horror, maybe? Or a
Survival
monster
horror,
attack.
Both.
Everything.
A hybrid.
All of them.
It was a mutt. Okay, well, we'll be back in part 2 of All Hallows Event 2013 judging wrap-up. See you then.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, 'cause it was sticky. It would hold things together once off.
So they
I'm sure they did.
They'd use cowpat to mix their monocles together.
Probably not the monocles.
Are we meant to be doing a podcast? Are we
Yeah.
still recording?
Yes, we are recording, actually.
Oh, no!
Next game is Grounded by... I don't know.
I'm not done talking about poo.
Okay, we can talk about that in between the next 2 parts.
Here you go. There's the link.
I shall do my research later, but for now, let us discuss Grounded.
Okay, so that was the one based in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
You got
I had
it.
a horrible time because there was no guide when I played it, Cass.
I had a guide. Should have asked me.
I
I
think
didn't let you it.
I liked it,
It
but
wasn't-
it was just the way that you had to press enter on every single on
Yeah.
all the walls, just trying to find something to open the door. I used
Yeah.
a little pop-up to come up when you find something of interest. So yeah, that sort of went down a bit.
Yeah, I
Some
mean,
of
at
the
one
things
point-
were pretty difficult to find. Like when you had
Yes,
to look in
at one
various
point-
cupboards or posters and things.
At one point, I think I spent 30 minutes looking for something, and eventually I found it. And then, as soon as you did that, solve the next puzzle, it repeated again with the same search absolutely everywhere thing.
I do like how you
yes.
have to. Yeah, you can go in your menu and then just select the item to use on the door, just to get out of the room. And I think it's the introduction segment. But yeah, being chased by that that guy with a knife though, it was a bit
Wasn't it your dad?
buggy. Was he? Oh, I thought he was the doctor.
No, he was the stepfather, I think.
Oh,
Oh, that was it, stepfather, yeah.
That
I mean,
was
there was some
confusing.
rooms where he was outside the walls and you were scared to go near the walls. It was obviously a bug.
I don't think I got that one. I was
Also,
quite confused at first because when you first see him, he just runs at you. And I didn't think you could actually move because it just came out of a cutscene. So I
Yeah,
just
he
stood there
killed
and
me the
died.
same way.
I didn't understand.
the game creator did send a lot of bug fixes our way though.
Yeah, I could replay it probably.
I think the bug fixes were mainly for me the tile set. When I first tried to play it without the fixes, then the tiles were just non-existent. There was nothing. It was just a blank map
I
with
didn't
floors
get
and
that.
walls. Oh, I did. And then I installed the fixes because I remembered them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the trouble. I played it and then there were bugs and there was no guide, so I found it to be quite frustrating because you just spend so long just walking around clicking everything. Yeah, in the end I gave up.
And what category does it fall under?
I would say survival horror, probably. Yeah.
And there was something about the puzzles you were talking about? Or
Is that the one where you had to find 3 things for the doctor? 'Cause that was the most frustrating thing ever.
Oh, the one where you needed to go find bandages and syringes and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was tough.
It's a bit strange though because there's so many medical items lying around in the room. You just think to yourself, couldn't you just just like get something together in the room. So you had like a counter bit for medicine, and this like a locked shelf, I think it was. I don't know. I need to
Well, yeah,
play
she
that.
could have just torn his shirt for a tourniquet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to Halloween Bash.
Halloween Bash.
Well, you two thought this one was second place, I think you both put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I was the
It was
only one who put it first.
It was,
Thanks to
however,
the rules of averages, we put it down to first.
it was God of Crawling Eyes. We both had first, but you had it much further down.
Yeah. So, was there any reason you didn't like this game quite as much?
It was second. I loved this game, but
Yeah.
Well, no, but
I-
not as much as God of Crawling Eyes.
it was very close. I mean, I really enjoyed the comedy, but I mean, it was very samey throughout the start to the end, but it was short, so it was sweet.
I
Very
thought the battles were
eye-pleasing.
quite nice.
Should we burst into song?
We should.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Again, I
Follow,
did
follow,
watch Wizard of
follow.
Oz.
Follow, you know the yellow brick road. Go on, Cass.
Again, I didn't see Wizard of Oz. I'm not a film buff like you are, Skippy.
Wait a second, you don't have to be a film buff to see Wizard of Oz.
I've only seen it at school.
I know, but
Come on,
I
Decky.
don't watch any films. I'm that person.
That doesn't make you a bad person. That just
You heard it
means
from
you're
her
missing
first.
out.
Yeah, the
that's
yellow
all.
brick road song was definitely the highlight of the game for me. Just like, the first like battle for me was that with Knight, and just like seeing it, well, not seeing it, hearing it come on, it was like such a like fan-pleasing moment. It was like, wow, it's Wizard of Oz. Yellow brick road. This is amazing. And that's why it came second for me.
Just that song.
Yeah,
I quite
Just
enjoyed
makes
it.
the entire game.
I don't care.
So not only are we spoiling the games themselves, we're spoiling the results.
Well,
Yeah,
I
well,
think
the
they've already
results have been
posted,
announced.
so
Yeah, I'm just being silly, that's all.
Oh, silly ducky.
silly dicky.
Silly Billy.
Yeah,
He's still stuffed on turkey.
I like turkeys. Though actually, I stuffed myself on the smoked ham more than the smoked turkey.
Oh, those poor little adorable piglets.
A little piggy massacre.
Are we talking about Halloween games or pigs?
Animals, let's go with more cute things.
Or animal cruelty at this rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for Halloween Bash. It was a really good game. Halloween comedy, I take it.
If you haven't played it,
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors battles.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool. It annoyed me though that
Simple
the
and
spirit
sweet.
never got an attack.
Yeah, but the third character was pretty. I don't
Alvin
know. They
and
didn't
the
feel very
Chipmunks,
powerful.
innit?
Yeah, the
Oh
other
yeah,
two
and it
were
had
very
Dalvin
strong.
and the Chipmunks.
Had these little references. Loved it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the stealth game because I played it sort of right at the end and I hadn't really heard much about it, so I didn't really go into it expecting such a good game, and then it was like, oh wow! I mean, it was just quite surprising. 'Cause, I mean, the screenshots didn't inspire much because they were all sort of very. Was it purpley pink?
It was
I'm
pink,
told it's purpley pink or
according to
purple.
Kaz.
I think it was pink, but that's just my monitor.
Okay, we'll move on to Hordes of Undeath now.
Oh,
This was the 7-second game.
No, my best record was 6 seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry for me. I'm sorry.
It's strange how the handgun turns into a machine gun. I just didn't understand that.
I didn't understand the ones where the zombies went. They didn't spawn.
Yeah, sometimes I just walked straight to the
Like-
door and it was like, hooray, you win!
How would that
Yeah,
work?
other time.
Handgun. I'm breaking down here.
But the other thing was, what was the point of having you really close to the front door?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
You didn't
the
even
first
have to
time I was
cross
there
the zombies'
roaming
path.
everywhere.
So it sounds like
Yeah.
it was a pretty simple survival horror type game.
The graphics were very
It's-
simple. It was very simple.
I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
Thing. There's only one thing
Monster
that you can
attack,
shoot.
It was zombies.
It works for
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
Which
the
is
funniest
not
bit was
much.
it was the very last game I played, and I was sort of getting, because I just finished, I think, a 2-hour session of Grounded, and I'm like, yeah, there's one game left, I'm going to do it. And then a 6-second, that was about, I think my first victory was 10 seconds. And I was a bit like, oh wow, was that it?
I thought there would be, at least be a second level or something.
Yeah. Also, when you win, the game just closes. When you lose, however, you get told off.
Let's talk about negative reinforcement. Jeez. Alright, so obviously a short and simple game. That brings us to IMU.
Oh.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Or IMU?
I miss you?
I move.
I'm not sure what it stands for.
I think it was meant to be
Oh,
I
know.
am you.
I moo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very out of... Well, I can't even say the word with speech difficulties. The setting was really creepy. It sort of reminded me of 12 Monkeys, the film, when you like entered the house because you're a time traveler, went back in time, stopped like the end of the world. And when the monster first came in, I was actually like, holy shit, this is amazing. A monster. I'd be like crawling around the house, but once you get down into the game and see like where the monster spawns, sort of like ruins it a little bit, because I was expecting it to just appear anywhere at any time.
Yeah, because that was
Well,
it.
yeah, if you had a headset on, you
around
could
in my
actually hear the
box,
direction.
Yeah.
But I tried that. I had a headset
I was
on.
walking around
the
the
crawling.
box for about 10
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
Away.
same here. I was crawling around everywhere with a box. I was like, all right, where's this monster? I'm ready. And it's
Exactly.
like, it never came.
I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be like
Appeared
Metal
like
Gear,
two
where you just
other-
walk
yeah,
around in the box
exactly.
all the time.
Only appeared in 2 places afterwards.
And then we didn't even get to see him die on screen. We were told off screen. Sorry, he died off screen. We were told, the monster's probably dead by now.
The ending was a bit predictable.
Yeah.
A lot of endings in the competition. Like,
Yeah.
turns out you're the baddie.
I had a feeling that would be the case, though. Whenever
I had
time
one.
travel is involved, you're always the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
fine if
guys-
it's executed well, but when it's like just a sudden like plot twist to the future, like I know I should have expected it because it was time travel, but it's like sort of nonsensical in a way.
My biggest issue was actually that it was so dark I couldn't see the place I was meant to stick the lever. I'd got did the game quite quickly up to that point, and then after that point I was quite quick. But the rooms were so dark I could not find where to shove this lever.
How did you do
Yeah.
the Who Are You puzzle?
I don't know.
Alright.
What was that?
It's where you have to enter a letter combination to enter this book room, just so you can get up to I think it was the 3rd floor.
I did complete the game and did the one where you entered the number at the first door.
Yeah.
So I probably
Oh,
did.
it was the number. Yeah, it was numbers. It was Who Are You? I thought that was quite clever. It's like I actually had my dad with me, and we were sitting down trying to figure it out. It's like we went through lots of combinations, and then I just like read the clue, and I was like, I'm a moron, you know.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I solved the code door puzzle pretty quick, because I know that gave a lot of people lots of difficulty,
Yeah.
but I kind of used to do code breaking things. It was
Okay,
bad.
was this Ghost Stories, survival horror? Sounds like a little bit of both. Oh, it was Monster? Yeah.
Monster.
Monster Attack.
Yeah, Monster
Yeah.
Attack, yeah. It's a shame about Monster Attacks, though, because I was expecting a Godzilla-type game at some point. You know, a big candy, like destroying a city, but, you know, no one was creative enough to think of that, are they?
Well, there was an ogre at a granny's house.
I think next year I'm just going to get rid of the categories entirely. Seems kind of pointless at this point.
I think the trouble was
I think
no
you
one
should
really
let
labeled
us
their games with them.
choose. And we can pick brightly lit survival horror, monsters that can't kill you on touch. And what was our other biggest peeve? Game
Oh.
with lots of checkpoints. Those
That
were
is the best
definitely
theme.
our biggest peeves through the whole thing.
Also, slow walk speed. People need to not put slow walk speed in a game. Please don't put slow walk speed in your game if you're listening to this. Please don't.
And if you have a run button, make it the default
Yes,
Run.
exactly.
walk speed. Otherwise, you'd be spamming it anyway.
I usually make it toggle, because I find that easier anyway, because I don't like holding shift.
Yeah, I mean, I would not have put 85 hours into Xenoblade if there wasn't if there was a slow walk speed or if there wasn't an option to fast travel. I would have given up on that game right away, and I paid for
Second
it. So.
reference.
So if I'm playing a game that I haven't paid for, it's gotta have fast, navigation and stuff. You gotta be able to move around quickly.
Right, next up is Kin. I'm stealing your job.
Oh, you thief.
Oh wait,
Wow.
we weren't supposed to talk about Kin, were we?
Uh-oh.
I think we should.
Uh-oh.
It was submitted. We
Yeah,
should talk
okay.
about it.
I didn't play it, so you guys are on your own
Yeah.
with this one.
They withdrew, but we played it before it withdrew. It was a really good... The start of the game is really good. It's all custom art. It looks great. Sounds
Best
good.
looking game, yeah.
Yeah. It had a lot going for it. The only issue was once you hit the actual platforming bit.
The actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Sort
Where...
of like all apart. Like, collision direction,
Imagine
protection,
Mario,
yeah.
where you could be killed by an enemy about Mario's width in front of him, or Mario's width behind him, or it felt like that. And there were very few. No, you could save any time, but you didn't want to have to save after every single jump.
Oh yeah, I think were they pencils that were coming down from the ceiling? I don't
were they?
remember, but they were
All I
like.
remember was they got
spikes,
stuck when I saved
yeah.
and reloaded.
I think when
So
I was
I
like
gave up.
jumping through, it was like half a centimetre away from my head, and I just died there. I was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, the game showed a lot of promise. It just needs tightening up of the gameplay, and possibly could we perhaps have 3 hits before we die instead of 1 hit death?
Or maybe not focus on all the graphics and like start with the gameplay first, and then build it around the game.
I think it was different people did different
Oh,
things.
yeah.
I think they were a team, so anyway.
I think it would sound a bit too harsh there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
next up,
Is-
Limbus.
Hey, stealing my job
Oh, you
still?
hated this one, didn't you?
Yeah, you've been replaced.
Yeah, Decky, you can leave. It's fine. We can do this.
Aw.
We got it.
Limbus was a game which didn't give you much direction and was very confusing at times.
I thought it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I didn't. I got stuck where you click on this statue and a box appears. Just a box. No hint or anything. It took me a very long time, this was probably me being stupid, to actually try and type in the box.
Oh, I didn't realize you could type in. I just walked around the mountain and I took to the event at the top.
It's not just me!
So I
okay,
cheated.
it's just me then. I think.
The other... No,
Oh,
go on.
sorry about that. Later in the game, though, there's a bit where you're like going around the town, try to sneak through, and again, it's 1-hit kills.
Ah,
It's-
yeah, where
it's
it's
added
you
to
see
the
you
list.
died.
Yeah.
It wasn't on my list of games of 1-hit kills
Well,
because I
you
didn't get far
better
enough.
put it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try and sneak past this guy. His eyesight is straight ahead, so it's like points in one way. So let's say you're like right next to him, but one like tower above him, he won't see you. So you can only look like 4 directions. You would think like he'd be able to see you if you're like half a map away. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. You guys probably hadn't played it, so you.
I didn't get that far.
Nah.
The other
Oh, I
thing was,
did.
we had that conversation about the passwords,
Oh yeah.
and I got some of them right, but it didn't accept them.
You did get them right. I don't know why I didn't accept it for you.
Yeah, it was buggy. I've had that issue on other games which have done text entry,
Mm.
but like that. Instead of, because he could have just done enter the name thing and just put password. You know, he didn't have to go and have a whole custom text entry thing that was buggy.
The ending was buggy though. Because
think-
like when I got to the ending, it just took me out to start the game. Didn't give me an ending at all, so I like had to restart the game. I tried it again, and it still took me back to the start.
Oh, so did you complete the game?
I did, yeah, but it just took me back to the start with no explanation. So I think the endings were, well, buggy.
The ending was a bit weird, like the final encounter where you don't even do anything at the end. He just speaks to you of it and explains the entire storyline to you.
Yeah, chucking kids in the river, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's why the town folk got crazy, because all the kids were murdered by the crazy king, or whoever he was. I don't remember it too much. It's a bit dark.
And then he just sends you back to the start again.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand it. I thought that the only redeeming feature for that game could have been the story. Or the characters.
Well, actual ending.
Okay, so a flawed game, pretty much.
Yeah. Essentially.
Okay, now what about Lost in the Woods? How was this one?
Pretty straightforward.
Another 2-minute game.
Wait a second. You're lost in a woods and it's straightforward? That seems like a...
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one path.
Okay, that's like Final Fantasy 13 right there.
Or 10,
Or
up
10.
to the Calmlands.
Or 13 up to Grand Pulse, too. So.
Yeah.
Basically, you walk through the woods in a really straight line. There are no gaps in the trees at all. It is just a straight path to
And
the
it's
car
random battle.
with random battles.
And all 4 characters speak the exact same way. The only difference between them is their names and their jobs.
That sounds...
But yeah, they didn't really have any personality to them either. I think one of them was a teacher or something. I didn't even know what
I
they
don't
were.
remember.
Gotta give credit to the ending now. When you get to the car, they get away.
Yeah,
You see, there's a plot.
Yay, no longer lost
Well, I
in the
did
woods.
wonder if you'd let... It said 4 out of 4 survived. So I
Would
wondered
it be
if they
nice
perhaps...
to have the like spider in the back seat just like leap over you? That'd be nice.
I was expecting that, but I got away. I did wonder, though, if you'd managed to get any of your party killed, whether or not you'd have got a different ending. Because it did
No, I
say
don't think
4
so.
out of 4 survive, sort of thing, so perhaps there was something more to it, but we'll never know now. It wasn't worth a replay to find out.
This has to be a Halloween comedy, because if you're lost in the woods and there's one path, how do you get lost in the first place?
No, the theme was Monster Attack. He stated that.
Oh, it sounds more like a comedy to me. It's like, oh, I'm lost in the woods. Oh, there's one path. It's like, how could you be that directionally challenged?
They say pick up your weapons, pick up anything to use as weapons, and they use their fists.
Okay.
Did they pick up their hands?
Yeah. They just punch the spiders to death.
Okay. Maybe,
I did like it, yeah.
maybe it was a rushed game. Maybe it was rushed.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Might have been.
I gave it a 1 star, but now I feel like it was funny enough to get 2, but I don't think it was intentional. Rule Britannia.
Britannia rules the waves. Go on.
I
Kaz.
don't know the next line.
I actually don't know the song that well. I
I
only
think
know those
it's
2
never,
lines.
never will Britain ever be slaves or something.
I can't remember the tune, to be honest.
That's a foul.
You call yourself British.
I'm Welsh, okay?
We conquered you, and your rebellions failed over the
You
years.
didn't conquer me.
We did.
You didn't,
We just
personally.
stopped at you.
Not personally. My ancestors might have, although most of them were Scottish. And Irish, so probably not.
Technically, my ancestors are Vikings and Normans, so technically I conquered you.
Technically, you're a terrorist.
So yeah,
I am a
Tyler, let's
terrorist.
Carry on, yeah.
Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
we should.
viewers,
Yeah,
listeners.
Yeah, weren't we doing a podcast?
No, I
Something
thought
like
we were
that.
having... I thought we were just having a jolly.
So that brings us to Lunacity.
Luna City.
I took my job back, Fomar.
Bitch.
suck it for me.
So Lunacity.
This one, well, you guys didn't like this one not as much either.
No,
Not
it was
as
the
much as
worst
I
game
did.
of the whole thing. Sorry,
It
Ocean.
was terrible.
It was awful. Sorry, Ocean. No, it was actually one of the best games.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel very Halloween-y compared to the others for me.
It did feel kind of just thrown in that it was a Halloween game. Like it
Yeah.
felt.
It did feel like it was being worked on before the contest. I don't know why, but I just think it was. I had a suspicion that it might have been like.
It felt
started
more
before.
like he got the idea before, and then he's adapted the idea for the
Oh,
contest
yeah,
by
yeah.
throwing a ghost on the end. That's what it felt like to me.
Well, we
Yeah.
can invite Ocean into this podcast right now as
Yeah,
a-
he is
Oh,
on
yeah,
mine.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, go on, then.
Scathing
Let's
indictment here.
accuse him.
Who's hosting the call? We can.
Oh, he's at work.
Oh,
He's at work.
Okay.
Oh,
We
lame.
could have
Gosh,
interrogated
we
him.
could have a special guest there. Oh.
We should bring Nessie in as a special guest just for the heck of it. 'Cause she's on.
Did she play any of the games?
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't know if she's been really busy.
Yeah.
I think she's going to wait till we announce the results and then play the best ones. She doesn't have time to play all 30.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to Luna City. It sort of has a like cyberpunk feel to it, like Deus Ex. Because I felt like the leveling up system reminded me most of that game. I think Human Revolution, like how you level up.
I quite enjoyed the side view graphics throughout. I just felt it was very lame that 3 of the directions of the sprite were in the one direction. Like, he could have just eliminated pushing up and down to change the sprite.
What didn't make sense for me was the library, how it could turn into like a highway.
That was everywhere, though.
Oh yeah, and then it would be nice if you like appeared somewhere else in the city rather than back to where you like started it.
Still,
Well,
the
you did actually
graphics in the game are
once.
pretty nice.
I think it was a glitch. I wasn't meant to end up somewhere else after the battle.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it would have been a good idea if you started somewhere, you just end up somewhere else rather than like, going back to where you talked to the person that initiated it.
But that happened the once for me, but I think it was a bug.
Oh yeah.
Because I was in the police station, did a repeatable quest, and I appeared outside, but that only happened the once. So I think it was a bug. I'm not sure what caused it.
Yeah, I think it would make a bit more sense if you ended up somewhere elsewhere after riding on your hoverbike for a while.
I mean, there was that glitch that I didn't find, but someone else did, where you could get infinite energy. That would have been nice. to
Oh,
have
that'd be
found.
amazing.
I found that one, where you just kept picking
yeah.
up the energy
Yeah.
upgrades.
'Cause you
I
kept
didn't
sort of
abuse it
the
too much.
psychic.
Just once
I
or
think
twice.
actually, you know the gloves that add 5 points to security, I actually sold them for a better gun. And that sort of broke the game for me at the end.
Yeah,
when I was
because you
trying
couldn't
to
get all the stuff.
No, it was like, oh, why would you do that to me? Just
Yeah, because you had to rely on equipment to get your stats high enough to do certain things.
I know. It's such a shiny gun though. It's like, just have to have it, you know.
Yeah.
How did you not have enough money?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I expected it's going to be like really hard to get money in the game. I didn't
No,
expect
you just
that
had
end
to
to.
spam the repeatable quests.
Yeah, I didn't even have to do that. I just threw money at
Oh,
you.
I did.
There
It did
were
at the end.
people?
'Cause I had loads.
I was just rich. I didn't even need to be a cop anymore. Just go retire.
I do think it was possibly the game that out of all the contest games could be extended to not be a Halloween game, but to be a full big game.
I would buy it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing would be he'd have to have either more battle systems than just the one, or he would have to start adding things to it.
Add depth to it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is a bit of depth, but not enough for it to be a full-length game.
Okay.
And next is Noctisia's Sideshow
Horrific
Horrific Oddities. Haha.
Next up is Noctisia's Sideshow Horrific Oddities. I'm cutting you out, Fulmar.
I had a
No, you're
wonderful
not. Don't
time
you
with
dare edit out me saying it first.
I didn't get very far in this game, to be honest.
No.
I think I got to about level 3, and then I just couldn't do anymore.
it. Yeah, same.
Yeah, it was quite tough. He did send me a save for each level, so I did get to try a few of the later levels. He didn't stick to
Were
the
they
same
same?
thing. No, some of the later levels, one of them at least, had a memory game that was impossible. Because whenever I entered what it had said, it seemed to go wrong, wrong, wrong. So I don't know if it was buggy or if I needed to do it in a certain rhythm or to a time or something, but I couldn't actually complete the last level even though I was given access to it. But at least it had checkpoints.
It had checkpoints?
Yeah, at the end of every level.
Did it?
Wow.
Not after the first 2.
Didn't it? It did for me.
No. Oh, it just restarted me completely. I had to go through the front cutscene, the first cutscenes again.
No, I mean, if you adjust the TV, you get I think it does it without asking you. It just creates a save. If
Oh,
you
does it?
adjust the TV to reruns, then
That TV was pretty amazing though.
well, that was
Aw.
awesome. That title screen set me up for a brilliant game.
And
But
then,
enemies approach, on touch, game over happened.
I loved the first cutscene. It was
Yeah.
pretty nicely done. Like the way she hides
TV.
behind the wall
Yeah.
before she walks into the room.
That TV, basically, there was a credits show or something, which there was something that did the credits. There was the new game. The load game was reruns, and if you clicked it, you got a level select, basically, of all the levels you'd got to.
Oh. I didn't even think of looking at that.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, it was really well presented. The only thing would be it's too hard.
It was very difficult.
very frustrating.
I think the creator said he'd only managed to complete it once.
Yeah, he said he was having trouble completing his own game.
That's a sign
Yeah.
of a poorly balanced game right there.
Yeah. But it wouldn't take much to make that into a really good game.
Yeah, it could have been nice.
Oh god, look at the next game on the list.
Yeah,
Resident Evil.
No, you had to have that voice, Resident Evil. Yeah.
Resident
This was
Evil.
Evil.
this was the best game.
Free.
I didn't play it, Tyler. I mean, Decky.
You didn't play
Careful,
it.
we'll start using names.
No, I thought it didn't count, you know.
Mia Fomi agreed that
My
if
feelings.
you hadn't said
I'll play it, don't worry.
You hurt my feelings.
Anna.
if you hadn't said not to
we'll
count
hug
it,
it
this
out,
would have
we'll
been the
hug it
best
out.
game.
Oh, I'm all for her.
You know how long it took me to make this game?
He started
Okay.
it in the extension.
Yeah, I
He
started at
literally
like
came up to 12 and
8:30.
said, have another hour, guys. And then he started it during that hour, finished it in that hour, uploaded it in that hour. I then played and reviewed it and uploaded the Let's Play in that hour. That hour that he added onto the contest just so he could win.
Wow.
This was the biggest pile of shit I've ever made in my life.
It wasn't the worst game either.
How sad is that? I made it in 18 minutes.
18?
Most of that was him tracking down the sound effects.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I thought it was good.
You don't have to lie, Kaz.
I'm not lying. It was great.
It was great comedy value. It was very...
It was. It was a good Halloween comedy.
Why, thank you.
In terms of theme, 10 out of 10.
Feel left out now.
Should I sell it as a commercial game? I'd have to get the rights for the sound effects.
I think they
Change the
just give them
title.
to you. It's just that good. They'd give them up freely.
Aw.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Rust and Blood?
Oh wait, we have to
Sorry.
we have to
Well, some blood.
do the. It's time for part 3, so I have to do the pause here because that was 10 games.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, we will see you.
We'll move on
for
to
the,
Rust and Blood then.
Yeah, we'll see you for the next 10 games, the final 10 games, after this break. Anyway, let's move on to the next part of the podcast, and the first game we'll cover is Rust and Blood. Was this the Craze game?
No.
No.
Which
This
one was
just
was
Snow
the
Owl's
Silent Hill game.
I like Snow Owls like games because they always have an ugly graphic style to them. Like I liked Skinwalker and I don't remember his first game. What was his name? I can't pronounce it, but it was XP game. But I don't know. This game didn't really hit it off with me.
I quite liked how grim it was. It was a lot less colourful than the other games.
Well, it was basically Silent Hill.
Well, yeah,
Um,
essentially.
Yeah. I mean, it was very similar to those sort of games. You sort of wander around in this mad place, and a lot of the mechanics never really felt fleshed out, like the game Back Before Midnight. I only failed it once to get Back Before Midnight, and I basically pulled an all-nighter and did the whole extra day thing, and I wasn't penalised for it at all,
I
so...
found that the monsters just came out, the Jazz Hands monsters. They just suddenly showed up and started attacking
Yeah.
you.
I thought that was dumb because you picked up an item.
I think
No.
my biggest problem is how you can easily exploit the hunger system because you can easily go from your home base to the fridge and then back
Yeah.
again and just.
Oh, it's
rinse
not
and
worth doing that.
repeat.
You should do... There's a loop of 3 fridges that is quite profitable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was... You don't want to ever get stuck in a situation where you have to do that for, say, 12 days to be able to do anything else. So I'm sort of glad it was exploitable. But there was also the early rewards, like the one-time rewards, every time you went somewhere new.
It would have been
So
nice
you were encouraged.
if the character got fatter as you ate more food. That would be a really nice touch.
My biggest regret with the game was that during my Let's Play, somehow the audio didn't get recorded. Because I was fighting that spider. Well, no, I was running from that spider for about half an hour. Oh, I'd given her names and everything. She started off as Claudia, then she was Claudia Von Bitch. And if I was very annoyed, she was Claudia Von Bitch the second. And I was making all sorts of jokes like, Claudia, I think we need a break now. I think we need to see other people.
Bit of time out here.
Yeah, because there was those little side bits where you could run into, and I thought I was just not doing it well enough to get into the side away from the spider and it would run past. I spent ages doing that, but no, he follows you in. But because it's on touch kill, the spider didn't move over you before the game over screen kicked in, so I didn't realise. And the
I think-
ending was very sudden.
The ending was very sudden. It wasn't wrapped up very well, I don't think.
I think we all saw it coming, though.
Yeah. I think most of the game's story in the beginning was too well fleshed out, considering that it wasn't very well wrapped up in the end.
Yeah. Because there could have been more there. I mean, if it had gone between the real world and this world a couple of times, it might have had a bit more interest as well.
Might have just been a development time issue, though.
Yeah, I mean...
Considering it was made in a month.
Yeah.
It was good, and it was well fleshed out for a storyline in that amount of time, with the good gameplay that it had as well.
I mean, I always feel very sorry for it, because I think, when I played it, I think it was my number 1 game, and then I think I immediately played God of Crawling Eyes, so it spent the least time at number 1 on my list. I think that was how it went. I'm struggling to remember now. It was also, are you going to jump in with the film trivia, or shall I?
We have
I don't know,
11
you
seconds
can.
left before we have to move on to the next one.
Alright,
Go!
There was a film called The Fountain. I've never watched it. But
Really?
Yeah, there's a film called The Fountain. Apparently the game's ending is very similar to it. It draws lots of parallels. I've never seen it, because you're the film guy.
Anyway,
Oh, well, moving on.
Okay.
unless you have any last things to say about it.
No, I don't got any last things to say.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to subject.
Oh, this is by your friend, wasn't it? No, this
Yeah,
is,
it's by my friend Indra, so I never worked hard, because I think my rating was fair. I think I was possibly a bit too hard from what other people have said, but I'd rather be too hard than too generous to a friend.
Wait, is this Rust
Indra's
and
not
Blood or
talking to me,
subject?
so...
It's like a point-and-click adventure in a way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it was another text adventure
Oh yeah, text
Yeah.
adventure.
when you make choices and
There's a lot of mystery. The writing draws you in. And I think my first ending, I died in a freezer.
where you eat too much.
Yeah, and I ran into a mirror, and I turned into a monster. I was like, whoa.
No, you didn't turn into a
Oh,
monster.
I
You
was a
already
monster.
were. Yeah, I really wound her up because she was watching me play as I did it, and she was like, "You bastard," because I got the ending that explained everything on the first go. And she wanted me to be running around clueless for longer. She was enjoying that.
I think I had that ending first as well.
well, she is kind of, she likes it when players suffer. So
She does. She's not rhyme. Honestly, if our games were difficult, she'd be the first to tell me to take 10 off the enemy stats.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it was a good game graphic-wise, mainly for me, because a lot of the gameplay was made up of graphics and
looked
the
pretty.
text as well.
I mean, Marimo, considering she did the graphics all in one day, was wow. I mean, they were stunning.
Yeah, it was an insane feat to do that, and yeah, get it all done in one day. It was pretty high-quality stuff as well. Especially the monster, I thought, still looked quite humanoid, despite what it could have been.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Doctor Who alien.
It was a little bit.
So, all right, you had to bring up Doctor Who. So a quick aside here:
Oh yes.
is it really popular in your country, or is it more
Yes.
popular?
Oh, very.
Yeah.
abroad? Yeah.
So very popular.
We all love it.
Is it popular in your country?
It's becoming huge in my country. The
That's
latest
good.
the latest series that restarted like 10 years ago. Everybody's trying to get me to watch it.
It's really good if you want. I've got all 40 years of it on on DVD.
Oh wow!
I have the entire of the classic series, except the missing episodes, I think.
Are there missing episodes anymore?
Yeah, they're missing 97, I think, at the last time I checked.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, just 97.
Oh, only. They found one recently, didn't they?
Yeah, they found the entirety of, I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the first Doctor's, William Hartnell's episodes, I think. Or was it Patrick Troughton? Have I just made a fool of myself?
No, I think it was William.
Oh, no, I know the order of the Doctors. I can name them all in order.
Oh, I can't.
I really like
I'm not
the
that
Night
sad.
of the Doctor segment a few weeks back with Paul McCann.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was such a geek moment for me. I was like, yes, finally.
Oh, it was as well. Yeah, because I watched it blind, because they sort of announced it was going to be a little clip of the Doctors.
Yeah.
And they said it's going to have the War Doctor. Well, they didn't say the War Doctor then. They said John Hurt, or it'll have David Tennant, or it'll have Matt Smith. And then it opens up and there's Paul McGann. I was like, oh! Waited years for that.
It's pretty much the Star Trek of your country, right? More or less.
What's Star Trek?
What? Oh,
I'm
my dad's a
joking.
big Trekkie fan.
I am. I
Let me
bought-
watch all the films on DVD.
I
That
bought
was
my
younger.
dad the DVDs of the original series and the Next Generation and all the films up to the remakes for Father's Day.
So now I need to buy Battlestar Galactica for him for Christmas.
Star Trek: The Next Generation is one of my favorite TV series ever.
I was a Voyager fan. 7 of 9. Oh,
I think you and my mother are the only two who like Star Trek Voyager. I was raised with it pretty much my entire life, so I'm kind of indifferent to it.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on, since that was
yeah,
fucking
it's time to
version.
wake up and assimilate the day.
Susie and Freedom.
Oh yes, I love this game. I think the mini games are all metaphors for me. Like the first one was like Finding Love, where you had to climb.
No, the
up and
first
find
one was
it.
just him.
Oh
sort
yeah,
of-
no, that's right. It was the plane chasing the
Yeah.
stars. Yeah. Like okay, the second one was like Finding Love. Climbing up, building up relationship. Didn't get the
Yeah.
third one though. Beating up those people felt out of place to me. And I think the big clincher for me was when you're trying to convince your boyfriend to kill your parents. And I kept on choosing all the worst possible choices because I really wanted to win the game, but I felt like awful for doing it. Like I felt like how you have an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever who was being manipulative in a relationship. I felt like I was in their shoes, and it just felt really strange for me. It's like I'd never been like a twat before. Or we edit out and say a bastard. There we go.
No, he's a trap. Star Skipper is a trap.
I didn't really like the side-scroller beat-em-up mini-game of it. That was the
Oh.
most annoying for me. Because I kept
Oh, wait,
getting
didn't
trapped in between them.
I skipped that, yeah.
I stayed there diligently for about 20-30 minutes doing my paper before I went out.
I did that too. I got it to 90% like 3 times.
Yeah, and then it dropped
And then
me
it
to
just
10%
sends you back.
the last
It
time.
was so annoying.
Yeah.
I just waited until he fell asleep and walked out.
Oh.
See, I was always a very diligent pupil in school.
Yes,
I was
exactly.
determined to finish it, and I ended up rage quitting the first time round. But it was only because you and several other people said, no, it does get better, it is
Yeah.
fun, that I went back and gave it that second chance, and it did improve. I found the story was more compelling than the gameplay, which, if it's a game, that's quite worrying.
I'm not sure if it's like how popular it is in Brazil. Well, not popular, but how much it is in the public psych, the crime that happened. I'm not sure if it's like the equivalent to Madeleine McCann, because if it was, that'd be a bit wow.
I mean, I did look up all the original case stuff, and there were lots of references in the game to it. Like, I think in real life, the boyfriend claimed the father was raping the daughter, which she denies in real life. But it is one of your dialogue options when you convince your new boyfriend to help you with the murder plot. You can say he rapes you.
Yeah, that really was.
So this is one of the only games
Wow.
in the whole contest to do the nonfiction category.
Yeah.
I
It's
think it
definitely
was-
the best non-fiction.
It was more of an experience than a game, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
It would have worked great better as probably another text-based game. It would have worked, 'cause the gameplay wasn't that good. It brought it down.
I like the game with the blocks where you had to try and make a pathway for her and
I
then she'd
found
climb
the
up and
controls
then...
really buggy on my computer, but that was probably my computer rather than anything else, because no one else had the same issues with that.
It's probably you then.
Yeah, but I found those bits horrendous.
Alright, so moving on, I guess, to Teenage Costume Squad.
This is...
Curse you, Craze!
Curse
Yeah.
you!
This was the Craze game.
Yeah, this is the craze game.
Sounds more like a Kirsty game to me.
Let me give you some statistics. It was made in 3 days, and on average, he did 2 hours of gameplay for the player per day, which means had he have done that game for the whole month, we could possibly have had a 60-hour RPG at the end of it.
Oh, God.
This was a 6-hour game.
Yeah, it was 6 hours on my playthrough.
I think I played for about 5 hours and then I just couldn't fight the final boss.
It's definitely the best RPG in the contest.
Oh, I don't know, I would argue Halloween Bash was, because it was more balanced.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, it was pretty unbalanced.
Because I found myself having to basically, finish a dungeon, get to the boss and get stuck, and then go on to the next dungeon and rinse and repeat until literally, I think it was the last of the dungeons I had access to, I managed to beat that boss. And then I went and did a boss rush.
It did felt really rewarding for me, like getting new skills in each dungeon as you level up. Well, not level up,
No,
but
there were no levels. But the issue was I didn't mind a fight that gave you a reward. Like, if I didn't have any issue with an enemy that after it you could get to a chest or something. But I did have issues with the fights that gave you nothing. They were just there in the way.
it did let you restart each battle, though, which was a nice touch. If it was
Yeah,
like
but so
game
many.
over, I wouldn't have completed it.
Yeah. But then you could have saved before everyone, I suppose. The other thing was, the issue was, you don't really get the skills or the equipment in order of usefulness. So even at the end of the game, I was still getting items and skills where I'd look at them and go, ugh, no.
Anything else to note on this game?
It's really long.
Yeah. I do feel we're
It
being
could
a
have
bit, 'cause we all had it in our top 10, and yet
Yeah.
we've given a very negative review. It does have its good side. It is a very solid experience. It's a nice RPG side. Lots of customization. A few nice touches like you can stun the bosses, and after stunning whoever or yourselves, you get stun resist for so many turns you can't continually stun someone. So like, it means it's nice because you can have stun skills and they do actually affect the bosses, unlike most games, for instance.
I think it could have been a nice game if more time had been spent balancing it rather than just trying to make more gameplay and more game time.
Yeah. I do think the game could be cut in half.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and move on to the final sin.
It was alright looking to begin with. I mean, there are a few gameplay touches that could have been nice. Like, there was a scene selection part at the beginning where you could choose where you wanted to go.
Yeah,
the
and
level
it-
select.
Yeah, it had like 2 extra stages that weren't in the game.
Yeah.
They
So
were
it
just
felt
there.
unfinished.
But you just
Yeah.
went to one place.
But that describes a lot of the game. There were lots of things and systems left in or added that really didn't ever feel used. It felt like the start of a much longer game.
Well, there was the little HUD on the screen as well that had your HP, your MP. I think there was
Yeah.
a stamina bar as well.
I think there
and-
was like only 2 gameplay segments: the running away from the monster and the big, like, massive Godzilla-style showdown.
Yeah.
Well, and the battle at the end
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah.
is just, it was pretty inconsistent in terms of gameplay, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, we'd only known the main character for a little bit, but he felt like he was made of sterner stuff than committing suicide at the first sign of the supernatural.
Yeah, that bit was weird. I didn't really understand
Like, you would think
why.
like he would struggle to kill himself if he had it and no choice in the matter. Like, it would be like, you know, he'd be hesitant. He wouldn't be like, okay, I'll just off myself. Boom.
Yeah, it was very jarring to watch. And then
Yeah.
sort of, and
It
then,
was
'cause
too
you
sudden
also-
and unexplained.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Big T did try to explain to us some of the finer points, but if it has to be explained to that much detail to us, then the game really isn't doing its job.
Yeah, I couldn't really see it, really.
Shall we move on to the victim?
Yep, we are moving on to the victim.
Okay, so again, this one was a pretty short game. About 10 minutes, I'd say, if not less.
Yeah. I mean, it started with lots of questions that were sort of to design your character to have certain skill sets that you could do in the game, but they didn't really show through. Like, you never had a hint that, thanks to your intelligence stat, you were able to, I don't know,
Outwit
solve
your
for some-
enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they didn't feel used. I mean, they possibly were, but the game didn't highlight that our choices had made the difference.
I picked creative. Didn't really see anything different with it.
Yeah. Although we didn't see exploding teddy bears.
I
unlike
did,
ours.
yeah.
No,
sorry,
apparently
it
we
was you,
didn't.
sorry. Oops.
A bear exploded and killed me.
Wait, it killed you?
It did, yeah, when I, like...
Was it on touch? Do I need to add to the list of
No,
games
I
that
pressed
have been on
enter, so I
touch?
sort of, like, brought it onto myself, you know? But it was, like, I think it was on fire, so I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just go over there and see what's wrong with my bear.
You were
Touched
going to
it,
save
and
the bear.
I was, yeah. How could it explode? Doesn't make any sense.
I think there were a few alternate endings, though, depending on if you saved people. And that was about it in terms of customizing the game. I think if you
Whoever you
saved
saved,
some of them,
Yeah.
yeah, they'd help you, or if you didn't save them, then they'd kill you, or just leave you.
Well, I didn't trust the one girl. I turned out I was right not to trust her, but because I didn't trust her, I got left to rot, basically. Because she
Oh,
knew
if you-
too much.
If you
didn't-
trusted her, then she let you out.
Yeah, but she knew too much information about me, so I felt she was in on it. So I didn't trust her.
I thought
So
that
I-
there wasn't really very much gameplay otherwise, other than just choosing things.
There was the invisible wall.
That one was kind of scary. There was just a girl running around in there.
Yeah,
I
in the
didn't
labyrinth.
want to approach it at first.
In case it was touch on death. Look what these games have done to us.
No, exactly. We're fearful.
It crippled us.
Yeah,
Can't play games
emotional.
anymore. Exploding teddy bear?
My teddy bear never exploded.
I did.
Oh, I didn't.
Hey, that was like in that James Bond film, The Living Daylights, where they were talking about that KGB agent who kills people with explosive teddy bears.
Anyway, Kaz, do you need the lyrics to God Save the Queen before we start
No.
singing?
I refuse. I'm Welsh. I don't have to sing your weird English songs.
Scandal.
I know. That's just how it is.
This
No,
is an
don't
outrage.
post lyrics at me.
I'm outraged.
Sing the Welsh song. What's the Welsh national anthem?
Oh God, no! It's in
The
Welsh. I'm not
national
singing
anthem.
that.
Here it is. We were conquered. We praise the conquerors.
God save
So-
our gracious Kaz. Long live our noble Kaz.
She's not a lady.
Chant to your sheep. I didn't rhyme. Right, let's move on. Yay.
That's the Welsh national anthem. Do you want to sing that?
I'll get the translation. We've yet to win a war. The only thing we're known for is sheep.
Is that real, or did you just type gibberish?
No, that's
That's
the
what
real.
Welsh
I'll
looks
post
like.
the entire thing for you if you want.
Please don't.
I'm gonna do it. There you go.
Alright, hold on then. Let me get the entire of God Save the Queen.
Engaimru, Finey,
Wow.
Didig, Parodways,
It gets a bit easier to understand when I post the translation.
Can you actually sing that, Kaz? Like, can you pronounce that and everything?
She doesn't
I
speak
don't know the
Welsh.
tune, but I can pronounce it.
You speak Welsh? You always said you didn't.
I don't speak it. I know words in a couple sentences.
We're not like America where they have to sing the national anthem every day.
No.
We don't indoctrinate our children.
Just remember who won that war.
World War II? We did.
Yeah, we did. Together.
Yeah, your
Wales
text
and England.
leave out what we did.
Together.
We blew up dams. We invented bouncing bombs to defeat dams.
We
blow them up,
invented
flood
everything.
entire countries. And may I remind you, it was a German scientist that built the atom bomb for you.
We also invented the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that for the war effort.
I was talking about the Revolutionary War, but
That's
we
hundreds
we
of
actually-
years ago. Who cares about that?
You do realise the minority of Americans actually wanted to be freed. The majority quite enjoy British rule. And the way you're going now, I mean, how often does America make its own problems? Like this government shutdown. How much did that cost your country? That was all your own doing. We're rescinding your independence if this carries on.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll be a colony. And the Queen's going to sit Barack Obama down for a stern talking. One is not amused.
Are you done?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, can we proceed now?
No.
Okay. Well, bye you guys, it was nice.
You're not going really, are you?
No,
Okay.
I thought you were done.
Oh, no, yeah. Come on, we've got
he's
10 more
done
games.
he's done his whole spiel against America.
Well, the government shutdown was pretty silly.
Oh, this country is pretty silly, but yeah, every country can be silly at times.
Have you ever seen the Queen of England's Twitter account?
She has a Twitter account?
She has a Twitter account.
Here you
She
go.
has.
She has a Twitter account, yes.
The
Does she
UK
tweet?
has fallen behind Shanghai in the education needs. Thankfully, we're still leading the world in terms of monarchy.
On the throne, on the chin, on the phone. What the heck? This is really her, or is this a parody? Is this like
The
a
Queen
joke?
is well renowned for her love of gin.
So this is a serious, this is legit?
Yeah, it's real.
The Queen is a great comedy icon in this country.
She is.
It
She's
doesn't really-
hilarious.
Yeah.
The Queen is, yeah, but she's like almost like the kind of like the equivalent of the First Lady here, right? Like more of
Oh,
a
no.
cultural
Queen is-
figurehead.
The Queen is like the centre of every home. It's a bit like North Korea where they have to have a portrait of the ruler. We have to polish that portrait daily in case the Queen's inspectors, Her Royal Majesty's invigilators come round to check on it.
She has eyes everywhere.
She does rule the country, it's not the government.
So when you said we were done, we weren't done.
No.
No, he was done
Sorry.
making fun of my country. That's what.
Oh, it's fun. We made fun of Britain just. This is a joke Queen account, in case you hadn't worked that out.
Well, I don't know. From what I've heard of the Queen, like,
She does have a sense of humour.
yes, exactly. So I didn't know whether or
No,
not.
I mean, if that was her Twitter account,
I think
we'd
Prince
think-
Philip's funny, though.
Oh god, don't get
That
started on
shit that
Prince
comes
Philip.
out his mouth.
Yeah.
Then I just realized it says fictional satire right below her name. Oh, I wonder if she's actually read this before.
I'm
She
sure.
probably has.
I've got the book. Oh, here's one to ask Gary Barlow to stop sexting me.
You know I've been recording for the last 6 minutes, right?
Oh, you can
Oh.
keep bits in, but please audit it.
This is all going in the podcast, including
Oh,
the part
no.
Yay!
where you
Including-
give my country a smackdown.
No, I said a stern talking to.
Stern
See the comments
talking.
are going to be on fire.
What was that about being on fire?
The comment section. It's just
Yeah.
going to meltdown.
Yep. Well, here's a bombshell. I don't think there was a conspiracy to kill JFK. I think it was Oswald acting alone.
Who's JFK?
Yeah, who
I
is
don't know who
JFK?
JFK is.
JFK killed himself? Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
was he that guy from the Watchmen film?
Oh, you guys don't know who JFK is?
You don't know who John F. Kennedy is?
No, I do, but literally the only thing I know about him is his assassination.
Like, every single conspiracy show I see has, like, British people in it, so I assumed, like, it was, like, a... a
Oh
movement.
yeah, we're part of the Illuminati, aren't we?
Yeah. The entire country's in on it.
His family, they're becoming too much of a royal family, and...
Oh, here's another tweet from the Queen, looking into making it illegal to be Miley Cyrus in a public place.
Alright, town of Illusive?
I've
The
been
one
pronouncing it
set in
Alustive.
Balaca High School.
Java Center. Is that his
Jomar
name?
Center.
Jomar Center, yes.
Yeah, anyone makes a Thomar Center joke, they're dead.
Fomar Center.
But yeah,
Rest in peace, Decky. You died as you lived.
See, I like the setup of it. It's sort of unintentionally funny. You know, a town that disappears on every Halloween.
Yeah,
Go
the
to the
setting was kind of cool that way.
Yeah.
I actually felt, because there was a few hints, if you explored dialogue options over the characters, one of the characters who came with you, who was the second last, well, he was
Oh,
the last one to die that wasn't you, he mentioned he was sort of, his gender was unclear.
Yeah, he
He
was
might have been born a girl and then made a boy.
modified.
Yeah.
I talked to her, or him, whoever
Yeah.
it was, and it was like, this is kind of a bit weird, isn't it? You know?
But then when you go in the house and you find out that girl was taken away, a girl,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god, is the main character a red herring? Is it going to be that boy who was a girl?
I did like how they set up cameras though, because I was thinking like, oh, is this going to be like paranormal activity? But,
Yeah.
you know, they never, like, he didn't explore the concept of it.
No. They didn't
I didn't-
pan out.
no, I didn't like that either. It was the gameplay as well behind that was just walk into one room, place a camera, walk into the next, place a camera.
I did like the
Sounds
explanation.
very tedious.
There was a mini game. Well, it wasn't even a mini game. It was real gameplay where you picked up laundry and took a bath.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah, the start. That was awful.
Like, why would she live like that?
Whoever
Well,
that
not
big
only why would she live like that, but why
Maybe
would
she
she
had
just?
a party.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
A
like,
laundry
literally,
party.
She goes to the bathroom and throws their clothes around the room.
Yeah, she had it coming.
Yeah. Who lives like that?
But yeah, I liked it.
It was okay. It was better than Future Helper, but still
I never
needs work.
played Future Helper. I've seen reviews and videos of it.
You
though.
never played?
No.
Oh, you have to.
All right, maybe.
It's a
It's
must.
a must.
Yep.
Wasn't there a joke game made out of it?
I don't think it was intended
Anyway,
to be a joke game.
No, there was a game that was made as a joke.
Yeah, there were a few parody games of it.
Yeah, at least it's popular.
I don't think it's popular for the
Let's
right
not go
reasons.
into this Pom got Wi-Fi thing.
Oh yes, we
No,
should.
that's it.
We should explore it.
I've not played the game, so I'm not commenting.
Alright, well, we'll go on to When the Bell Tolls.
I think I'm the only one who liked this game.
No, I liked it. It was like Sleepy Hollow in a way, with it, or like
Yeah.
what was that Disney film called? Sleeping Beauty. That's it. You know, the like fawns and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest issue with it was the lighting system, because I could not see the switches.
It was a very dark game. I actually did have to go look at your LP again. Although I think there was a guide for it or something.
I think there probably was, but the other thing was that map on the wall, I'm sure it did not perfectly map out to that screen. I literally was there with paint. I don't know if I cut how much of that from the Let's Play. Did I leave the bits in where I screenshotted it and then went with paint and drew the path every single step until I
No,
solved that room?
I lied.
Like-
You didn't actually post an LP. I was
Okay.
lying. Sorry.
Have I not got that far? Maybe that's why I haven't posted that one yet.
Maybe.
Because I
Yeah.
have so much editing to do.
That might be why.
Yeah.
What map is it? I don't
There's
think I
the
ever had a
invisible
map.
floor room, and there's a little teeny square, which I only realised a long way into the room of failing and dying miserably, that it was a map of the floor that was invisible,
I don't
Oh,
think I
but
ever
it
saw
felt
that.
was a bit out. It didn't
Yeah,
seem to
I did
perfectly
see
fit.
that. I did see it. It's, I don't know, but I could see the outline of the room. I could see the lever.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a mapping error, so I just continued on. And then I thought, bling, must be that. So, yeah, I figured that out quite quickly.
I never found that. I just walked through.
Bitch.
Sorry. Maybe I'm just lucky.
Alright, so we got two left to talk about.
Really?
First is
We
Zephyr Skies. Now, I have to say something. I wasn't involved in this one, but Cy Wombats did a Zephyr Skies a couple years ago. It was obviously a...
It was a big hit.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
one of my personal favorite moments in game development history.
Wasn't it Pong?
Oh, Palm
Yeah,
gets
That's my second
Wi-Fi?
favorite.
It was Tetris.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it was pretty much Tetris, but just the amount of the hundreds and thousands of hours that went into that game, developing all the in-depth systems and all the research we did, and making sure the
What?
storyline was accurate and
What?
the etymology was correct. I lost literally a whole month of my life just working on that game, and I'm glad to see that Cy Wombats and his group are continuing the legacy we left with the first one.
Oh, I see what you're doing there.
What I just said was obviously a bunch of BS. It was a joke game we made. I don't know if this one's serious or not because I haven't had a chance to play it
No,
yet.
this is actually a game. I was
This
quite
one was
pleased at it.
presented as a joke, but then it was a serious game.
Oh, so they did the opposite.
Oh yeah. I loved it. I was like, yeah, let's like run into these monsters
It was one of
here.
the nicest roguelikes I've played. It was very forgiving, and I like that in a roguelike. Cough neck hack.
The soundtrack was nice as well. Yeah, I think it was just only one song, wasn't it? But it was on repeat. But it was like, yeah, I can chill here.
Yeah, the game trolls you at the end. It super trolled me because it crashed when I beat the final boss.
Oh, it was actually crashed. It didn't just
Mine-
fake blue screen like mine did.
Oh, my fake blue screened and then crashed.
Oh.
Properly, I got a whole Java error.
Oh, so it was a troll game.
No,
It
'cause
did
there is
troll at the end,
actually an
kind
ending.
of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Basically, there's about 11 different games in it. Because when you click enter, because I looked at the class list before I started playing, but when you hit enter, you only get a choice of 4. And I think it's done by when you click enter. I think it's random or time-based or whatever. And it determines which 4 you have access to, and it's a different story for each of those. And they all collide once they've beaten the final boss, 'cause it was a time anomaly.
Oh,
It's like you meet
interesting.
some relatives of some of them who are like, no, you've been missing for 10 years. And they're all doing something different.
It was a mind twister.
Yeah. We all really liked it, though.
It was a
Nice.
good game. It was just very difficult to keep a track of.
Yeah. Because I did have to ask, what was that? And he said, just go watch the game page. And then every few seconds, the page changes, including the story.
Yeah,
the
that was really
sub-answer.
cool.
Instead
Oh,
of the fall of the
nice.
next answer, it becomes the search for or something else.
Oh, nice. Well, I guess that leaves one game left to talk about.
Oh, the best for last.
Zombies, the Halloween edition.
I quite like the gameplay in this one. I mean,
It's a good concept, yeah.
yeah, it was just like a bullet hell kind of game, but I didn't really like that it was so instance-based, where you just go into a game and just shoot.
I enjoyed it. It was nicely put together.
First few rounds, you can just stand in the middle and just like point and click.
Yeah,
But then
well, you can do that for
gradually you
ages.
just run around.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. And then there were all the different guns you can try out. I mean, I always go with a Magnum because of Resident Evil.
I just shoot with a machine gun.
Yeah, I just went for the machine gun, really.
No, I'm that sort of classy person who just has the handgun while everyone's got SMGs.
I went for the handgun in the beginning, but then it just seemed like it made more sense to go for the machine gun.
Yeah, I mean, if there's not a Magnum, I'd go for a rocket launcher. I mean, no half measures.
Gotta make sure they're dead.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked it more if there was more purpose to the game, or I don't know. Maybe it's just the RPG player in me who wants quests.
Yeah, we could have had, or levels even, instead of
Yeah,
just
levels
maps.
would have been nice.
Stage
Like, you
selection.
could perhaps clear a level, and then you unlock more stuff. Like, so there was
I-
progression.
Did you manage to play any multiplayer on this one?
There was
I
no
didn't know.
player?
Yeah, there's a multiplayer mode.
Oh.
Oh, I've forgotten about it. I'm sure I knew at the time, but no, I didn't try this one in multi.
I
How
managed
would
to
that
play
work
it.
with mouse controls?
Well, you mainly just use the keyboard, I think. You had a button for shoot, and then your movement
okay, I
buttons.
just
So you had
shoot.
WASD and then E or something. It was a bit of a tangle playing, though.
Oh,
It's
so
quite
it wasn't
difficult.
online. It was actually.
It's on one keyboard.
Oh.
It's quite difficult to play with 2 people on one keyboord. But it was quite fun, though. Again, it would have been made even better by levels.
It did have different areas, but I can't remember if they were differentiated at all. And none of them had anything, from what I remember, specifically special about them. Like, some of them could have perhaps had oil that if you shot would burst into flames. Or some could have had, I don't know, more vehicles, so there was more obstacles, so you could bottleneck the zombies. You know? There
Yeah.
could have been more to it.
Different, like, more, like, varied level layout.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Wow.
pretty much covers all 30 of them. So,
Oh,
Great.
my back hurts from crouching down like this.
Crouching.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm on my bed.
Crouching
Why
Tiger.
are you
Hidden
crouching on
Dragon.
your bed?
Because don't worry, I'm sit crossless. Crossless?
Cross-legged.
Cross-leg.
The enemy
Yeah.
of all men.
Yeah.
So we have one more part to do, and that's go over the rankings and the best of each category. We'll save that for part 4, and we'll take a quick break.
Don't get the giggles.
Oh.
Foamy's got the giggles, uh-oh.
Oh, what was... There was something at school once, all the staff in my class, we just couldn't stop laughing. A child said or did something that was just impossible not to laugh at. Oh, I'm remembering that now. Okay, I'm going to mute my mic for a second. You can carry on.
Okay, Foamy's going to go away to laugh then.
In the meantime, welcome to fuck. Welcome. I'm thinking I'm doing a Let's Play.
Should have a
Doing a Let's
blooper
Play.
wheel. Blooper wheel, yeah.
Welcome to part 4 of the All Hallows 2013 podcast. I am Deck Hiller, and we're going to go ahead and rank the top 10 games of this contest as determined by our panel of judges. And then we'll go over the top game of each category based on the judges' consensus. Alright.
Hi, I'm still Fomar0153. Still Fomar0153, yeah.
And Kaz, are you still Kaz?
No, I'm Steve now.
Oh no, I see this coming.
And Star Skipping? Are you still...
I'm Greggles now.
Greggles. Okay, so we
Yeah.
have... What was it? Fomar0153. We have...
Steve.
Steve and Greggles here as the panel of judges. And I am Durkee.
No, you're Kentona.
Oh, I'm Kentona, excuse me. I have morphed into Kentona. The secret is out. Okay, so what was number 10 on the top 10 list for games? Drumroll.
That was Teenage Costume Squad by Craze.
Congratulations, Craze, on number 10. And what was number 9?
Death Wish, yay!
Congratulations, Deathwish. Number 8?
What's the list? I don't have the list here.
Here, I'll paste it.
Thanks. Oh, no.
Number 8 was IMU.
Yay, congratulations.
There we go.
Number 7?
Number 7 was Subject.
Woohoo.
Hooray!
Hey!
Woohoo!
Number 6?
Was Susie and Freedom.
Yay!
It's a me.
And now we're in the top 5. Number 5.
My Mario reference failed miserably.
Rust and Blood.
And number 4?
Zephyr Skies.
That leaves us down to the top 3. And in third place is...
Luna City.
Congratulations to Luna City for third place. And now we're down to the top 2. In second place, judges.
God of Crawling Eyes.
Congratulations. And now, the best game, the number 1 game, according to our judges, for the entire contest. The,
3, 2, 1.
Resident Evil!
Oh.
Yay, I won! Thank you. I'd like to thank my family, my friends. I'd like to thank God, first and foremost.
I'd
even
like
though
to
I'm
thank your
agnostic.
large bribes.
Thank all the little people.
No, but in all honesty, what was number 1?
I probably
No.
would say Halloween Bash, but yeah,
Yeah, it was.
it was Halloween Bash.
Yeah,
It was.
Halloween Bash.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Hooray.
consistently in our top 2.
Well, it was my top 1, and it was your
Yeah.
top 2.
Yeah. I mean, it was consistently... Like, we're all very happy. I mean, it was a fantastic game.
Well, congratulations. Oh, my God.
Congratulations, Rachel
Congratulations. Congratulations
and Mackie.
to, what was it, Halloween Bash. Congratulations to Halloween Bash for winning first place and a $100 Steam gift card to the creator. Who created that game?
Rachel and Mackie, I think.
Rachel.
Okay, I'm going to have to do a lot of editing here. Alright, well, congratulations to them. Alright, so that rounds out the top 10. And let's go ahead and talk about the best game in each category.
Why doesn't Greggles start us off?
Yeah,
I'm starting
Greggles,
the
why
list
don't you
again.
start off with the best ghost story game?
It was When the Bell Tolls.
Sounds like a Metallica song. Da-na-na-na.
Should be.
I think it was like the Bell Tolls. It's like, da-na. Okay, so Kaz, what about non-fiction horror?
She's Steve.
Oh, and best non-fiction horror... Yeah, I'm Steve now. You
Oh,
have to
I'm
call me
sorry.
correctly. It was Susie and Freedom.
Yay!
Congratulations! And from what I heard from your review, that game actually had some choices that let you change history a little bit, change the outcome.
No, there were no real choices.
Oh, okay.
That was
Okay.
my peeve with it. That you were given the illusion of choices, but none of them actually mattered, like what you did. You still got caught. I think you did really change anything. It was a story, but because there was the gameplay around it and the choices, that's where it fell short for me.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Sorry. Derailed us.
Fomar153, what was the best Halloween comedy game?
Oh, that was Halloween Bash. Should we burst into song again?
We
Yes,
should.
We're off to see the wizard.
The
wonderful
wonderful
wizard.
Wizard of Oz. Oh, okay.
I only know that line and the first bit with the road.
Same.
All right.
So yeah, Monster Attack, yeah? I am you.
Congratulations. And Steve over here will tell us the best survival horror game.
It was the God of Crawling Eyes again.
Well, there you have it. That's the that's a wrap
That's the
pretty
wrap
much.
up.
We have our
Yeah.
top 10, we have our best of each category, and all that's left to tabulate is the People's Choice Award, and that voting will be going on for the next couple days because I completely dropped the ball on that and did not remind everyone to vote.
Unlike the judges, who've been awesome, by the way.
Yes, the
We
judges have been awesome here. You guys did a great
was-
job.
Have been?
It was a very big
Thank you.
workload.
We still are.
Thank you for having
We still
us.
are
And in
awesome.
doing
We have
us.
been an all-British judging panel.
That's the only reason I'm in on this podcast is to balance out the accents a little bit.
There'll be subtitles afterwards.
Yeah, it does need it needs a transcript.
Or a dub. I think
Yeah.
next time we should just all put on American accents.
I can't do accents, I'm
I can't
useless. Occasionally the Brummy in me comes out.
Oh god, not the Brummy.
Yeah, careful, it'll come out.
This has to be the shortest part. It's only 7 minutes in, so we have to talk about something else now, I guess. Is there
Shall we
anything
go
else
back to
talk
talking about Britain and America?
We could talk about feces again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
go back to that, the Kubricks.
People would want to hear about fecal matter.
I don't know. You'd be very surprised by some of the stories that happened with their nappies. Did you know baby wipes don't get dissolved in the stomach, they come out whole?
How
Get
do you know that?
No, they come straight out. And toys, they all come out. Everything comes out.
Well, we gathered that much at least.
How about we talk about your favorite British cuisine? Like, favorite
Oh
dishes
god, there's
and
no
stuff.
good stuff.
What about chicken tikka masala? That's British.
That doesn't
Fish and
count.
chips.
Isn't that like half Indian, though?
It was invented in this country, I'm pretty sure.
I love tikka
It
masala.
was.
Tikka
What about
masala,
chicken
anything.
korma?
Like, we have
I'm
a
sorry,
place-
Greggles, I didn't hear you.
Chicken korma. That's nice.
No, I don't like coconut.
Korma's great.
What about hummus? I'm not hummus, haggis.
Haggis is
The
beautiful.
Scottish.
It's absolutely great. I love haggis.
I've never had it.
You sure? Do you want me to send you some?
Yes, please do.
Okay, just give me your address and I'll send you some.
What about the
Egg and
classic
chip?
British breakfast? Egg and chip, right? Isn't that...
Is that British?
It's not that big. Classic
It's
here.
fish and
No.
chips, isn't it?
Egg and chip, isn't it?
No.
Like eggs and
Yeah.
Yeah, fish and
fries?
chips is probably a national dish.
Yeah. What about anything Gordon Ramsay cooks?
Oh, we don't talk about him in real life.
We don't. No, we
Oh.
disowned
He doesn't
Gordon Ramsay
exist.
a long time ago.
We hate TV chefs because they take over TV during prime time.
I think Kevin Bacon's doing well here.
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
Isn't he an actor? Like in action movies? and
Yeah,
stuff?
people
Yeah.
have bacon numbers.
And we have those, like, EE adverts. Don't worry, it's a British thing, it's fine.
Yeah. We could go back to Doctor Who.
Ooh, Doctor Who. A show I still have to see.
Who was your favourite Doctor?
I think in the new series is probably David Tennant. The old series, I would say Paul McCann, but that is a bit of a bridge between the new and the old series, so...
Yeah. I quite liked Sylvester McCoy was my favourite of the lot. Probably then John Pertwee. And out of the new ones, probably David Tennant, but it is very close between him and Matt Smith.
Yeah.
What about Steve?
I never really watched many of the old ones. I used to watch them when I was little, but I don't remember them very much.
I used to be fascinated by Daleks when I was little.
Oh, they were the first thing that ever gave me nightmares. It was the Peter Cushing films of it, and they were scary.
Even I know who Dalek is, and I've never actually watched the show very much. I might have seen like an episode or two, but even I know who Daleks are. They're like
They're the
Yeah.
thing that comes
legendary.
back every single episode.
Only in the new series, we used to go 6-7 years without an appearance. They used to have to appear on Blue Peter and have Dalek appeals to try and get more Dalek episodes,
Why would you want more?
because they're awesome.
Are you feeling okay?
I just did an impersonation.
It was very, very good. You've turned into Robo-Dicky.
Exterminate. Did that work?
No, now you're really quiet.
Super quiet.
Oh, come on now. I give up. So, what about favorite British bands?
Oh, that's a toughie.
Oh, One Direction.
Oh, well,
God.
One Direction.
Oh, go away.
Oh man,
I'm joking.
what would I do? What would I do with my life without One Direction? I mean,
So much more.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Niall's pretty hot.
I'd say my favorite British band is Porcupine Tree.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
Steven Wilson? No, you never.
No.
No.
Okay, well, my favorite British band that people have heard of is Queen.
Yeah, I like
I
Queen.
love Queen.
Queen's pretty good. More
We
of a
also have
classic than anything
Radiohead,
else.
Depeche Mode.
Well,
I
I like
hope I say that
Radiohead.
right.
No one said the
Depeche
Beatles
Mode.
yet.
I don't
Beatles
like the
are
Beatles.
classic.
Yeah.
What about Muse? I like Muse.
Muse are awesome.
They never really grew on me. I don't dislike them, but
But yeah, too bad you guys don't really know Porcupine Tree. They're like my second favorite band.
yeah, but that changes every other week.
No, actually, no, it hasn't changed in years.
Yeah, you do
I'm sorry,
update with
what happened?
songs
Hey,
all the time.
actually, my top 5 bands have been pretty stagnant for 5-6 years, I think, give or take.
5-6 days,
5-6 years.
days, hours,
Years.
Minutes.
No.
Seconds. Decky, what's your new favorite band?
My favorite band is the same as it's been since 2004. Rush.
What about Lady Gaga?
Oh, I forgot. Yes, Lady Gaga was first on my list for a while. I just erased that from existence. From my
Why?
memory.
Why would you do that? She's awesome.
She's dead to me.
Is it because she wore so much meat and didn't send you it to fry?
Hey, I heard this is some new. Well, she's not British. Miley Cyrus. I keep hearing
Miley
something about
Cyrus. Oh,
her. Cyrus, that's it.
Oh, Greggles.
her twerking. Yeah, she's the latest. Everybody loves her. Or
I
despises
don't
her.
watch the X Factor.
Wasn't she on like Hannah Montana or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There is one pop star I actually like. Her name is Lorde. She has that song Royals. And a few other songs. She's pretty good. She's from New Zealand.
I don't watch the X Factor, but
Like
there was a
Fight
headline
Club
that once Miley Cyrus not enough twerking.
Miley
That was from
Cyrus.
X Factor.
It's Cyrus.
Did I say Cyprus as
It's
well?
Cyrus.
You said Cyprus.
I blame
Miley,
Greggles.
Miley and Greggle sitting in a tree.
Yeah. I don't know who she is. I only know she's been
Just said
Hannah
Hannah
Montana.
Montana.
That's the only thing I know about
Oh,
her.
Hannah Banana.
Hannah Montana?
She was in that episode of Family Guy where she was a robot.
They
Oh, I
killed
don't
Brian,
watch
didn't they?
Family Guy. Yeah, they did, yeah. Replaced him with Vinny.
You
Who?
don't watch it, but you know that.
Well, no, I said I didn't watch that episode.
Oh, right.
Why
Okay.
would they do that?
Ratings.
Brian and Stewie had got very repetitive.
We should have offed Meg.
Yeah, but no one would have missed Meg.
Steve, would you miss Meg?
Who's Meg?
There you go, then.
Yeah.
What? Meg? Oh, you're talking about Family Guy?
Yeah.
I don't watch it. I can't stand it.
Alright, what are your favorite video games?
Oh, okay.
Mm.
This is where everything like goes hectic.
Everything goes to shit here.
I
Should we
think-
start with favourite RM games and then move on?
That
Oh,
works.
yes.
Should I be really controversial and go with Flamortis Avant-Garde?
Ooh, that is avant-garde.
Yeah, no, it's not my favourite, but I did like it. Oh dear, I'm going to get skinned alive. Let's see, there's a Blurred Line, Master of the Wind, Kinetic Cipher. I'm very, very standard. Maybe God of Crawling Eyes. Maybe that's usurped them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I hear there's this game, The Grumpy Knight. That is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, I heard
Isn't
about that.
your
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's alright.
Now,
I'll just put that together there. My favourite is Drux's Scar. Is that how you pronounce it? Drux's?
Drux's Scar? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. You know, it's a really hard RPG. I liked it. You know, it has like these crazy like Japanese anime-inspired monsters, or the girl like has like a arm that like extends all the time. Yeah, it's probably my most inspirational one I played in terms of pacing, story, and also how messed up you can get with animations. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
What about
I'm impressed,
Steve over here?
actually.
I like a really, really old game called The Slime Bent on Revenge. It's one of the first ones I ever played. I can't remember where I found it. It's basically a reverse story where you play as the slime that takes over the world. It's quite cool.
Oh,
What about you,
I'll try
Dickie?
that.
My favorite is, well, it's the classic, A Blurred Line. Still, it's just so well.
Decky, have you been through it and checked all the events for comments? Because Lysander put comments in that spoilt a line's end. Like he revealed who Emily's mother was, because you've met her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I did not do that. Interesting.
you really should. I only found the one, and it was purely by accident. So I was like, what's that event meant to be? So I opened it up, got on the event, and it happened to have a comment about it. It said something like, if you're looking this hard through the game, you deserve a spoiler. And then it gave me it.
Wow. I don't know if Line's End's ever gonna come out.
It will never come out.
I've given up hope, but I would still love to just have a plot summary.
Yeah, he should. He's popped up every now and then. He should just spill
Stop
the beans on it.
Taunting us.
We should make a documentary where we hunt him down and get him to make it.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Let's make it a road trip.
Let's just
Yeah.
kickstart it.
Yeah, that'd be
there we go.
nice,
Maybe
yeah.
throw him some money.
Kickstarter. You will get a Line's End. No Lysanders will be killed until after it is finished. We wouldn't really kill him. We do love him. He brought us so many good games. But please tell us what happens.
I guess my favorite modern RM game. That's tough. Probably Alter Isla Genesis.
Is that really modern? Because it was made in RPG Maker 2003.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Oh, as in the last 2 years. I haven't really played that many games.
Just advertise your own games sneakily like I did. You're wasting this opportunity.
I am not plugging my own games.
Go on.
Decky
do
would
it.
like you all to go play Final Fantasy 13, his version.
Oh yes. It is epic.
Yeah, you should totally, support my game, Cover Your Eyes, where you play as a girl shooting monsters, and I want money, so give me money.
Don't worry, I'm selling out as well.
Ah, cool.
Oh, I forgot about my other favorite game from the modern era of RMing. How about Not a Chance of a Ghost?
Oh, yeah, that game.
Yeah, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Well, while we've been doing the podcast, I've just gone and played that game they all recommended to me earlier, made by Jomar Center, and I think that has just usurped the lot.
You've been playing that this
ever.
entire time.
Of course I have, Kaz. Of course.
Steve.
Did you get
I've got
Yep.
2 monitors. I slipped her.
How dare you.
So Kaz, why are you Steve all of a sudden?
Fancy the gender swap. Just thought I'd go for it.
Yeah, they come on the NHS. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. May as well grab it now while I can.
Alright, so anything else we should talk
We were
about?
going to go on to games in general.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
my
that's
favourite
right.
game growing up was Dragon Warrior Monsters.
Okay.
Zelda Majora's Mask, Skies of
Classic.
Arcadia, Fantasy Star Online, Guild Wars. I'll stop there. Someone else take over, please. Maybe Steve or Greggles?
Oh no, go on, Greggles.
Oh, no, well, I think my favourite game, this year, I can't think of any game in the last 10 years, I apologise, but if it was the last, let's say, 15, it was probably Final Fantasy 9, because this is, the first RPG I ever played. It was, I think I actually quit for 2 years because I couldn't get past the boss, and when I replayed it again, I was I just fell in love with RPGs in general. But, my game this year is definitely Bioshock Infinity.
Infinity,
Yeah,
Miley
that's it.
Cyprus.
That's it, yeah.
Bioshock would have been different with Miley Cyrus.
That would be awful.
She should be the final.
Oh, you know.
She should be the final boss.
No, it's just how the storytelling was completely fresh from what came before. I wasn't a fan of the original one, but I think I fell in love with the characters. The time travel twist was nice, and it sort of gave me the impression that it was the ultimate Doctor Who story about the Doctor in it.
Okay. Because I didn't enjoy Bioshock 1.
Yeah.
But is it worth trying it then? Because it's
It
probably
would
going to
be,
be in
yeah.
the Steam sale at Christmas.
You should definitely try it. I suggest you would. You should.
Steve,
Oh, yeah,
Durkee?
Steve, yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve. I'm quite plain. I like things like Fable, Skyrim, Final Fantasy, the usual. And then I like more sandboxy things like Minecraft and Terraria.
I used to love Fable, but I feel every game gets worse than the previous one.
I didn't think that. I thought Fable 1 was really good. Fable 2 was just... I don't even know what happened. I think
Didn't
my
they
character
have a
turned into a
Kinect
blue
game
elephant
called-
halfway through.
Didn't they have a Connect game called Fable Legends or something?
Oh, I don't have
Oh,
Connect.
I'm not sure.
Journey or something? I can't remember. No, I never played that one.
I only played
Ah,
1, 2, and
okay,
3.
I actually really liked Fable 3.
The only thing I had against it was all the decisions you had later on, they would have been really good if they weren't financial decisions.
That's why you play again.
No,
but
that's
this
why
time,
you cheat and hack
you
your money.
bust. Oh. I just
There
busted.
were lots of exploits at release, and I sort of had more than enough millions to pay everything.
Well, it's only really capable of... Well, you're only capable of doing that in the second playthrough, I think, because you don't expect it in the first. Unless you know what's coming.
In some ways, it is quite realistic, though, that everything comes down to financial decisions.
Well, yeah, I think it was meant to be more of an experience than anything. Like a realism kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd have to say Minecraft's one of my favorite games, too.
I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite, but
Like,
time
my
off.
favorite
enjoy it.
modern games, like, that are out right now, you know?
Xenoblade?
Yeah,
Oh, God, don't bring that up.
Oh
I
no.
shouldn't have.
Abandoned ship.
No, Xenoblade is definitely one of my favorite JRPGs. One of my favorite RPGs in general. But that I'd say Xenogears was really good too. Super Metroid is probably my favorite game ever.
Oh, I love Super Metroid. It took me from start to finish, and I didn't ever stop playing it. It took me 4 years to complete, and I played it probably once a week at least.
Wow. Yeah,
I know.
it's very tricky at points. Like stuff is so well hidden in that game.
It was basically I got stuck where I couldn't find the second boss, or no, the first big boss, Braid.
Great, yeah.
I got stuck there for ages.
Yeah, because you have to fire the super missiles at the
At
the
the
wall.
wall. I just never thought to bomb an elevator room. The other thing that used to annoy me is because on the PAL version of it, Super Metroid, you can actually sequence break without having to do any fancy tricks, like the mock ball. You can get the reserve tank, and if as a child I'd been able to wall jump, I could have got the super missiles and sequence broke back in the 1995, but I couldn't wall jump back then.
Yeah, in all honesty, I find when I play the console version, it's so much harder to wall jump. It's a lot easier on the computer, like on emulator,
Yeah.
with the keyboard.
Even though I don't use a keyboard, I use a controller, but it's a lot easier with an Xbox controller than a SNES controller.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say like Super Metroid, obviously Super Mario World, classic Mario games in general. Zelda, classic Zelda like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
Oh, Majora's Mask is better.
I would say, yeah, I think Majora's Mask is a better game overall, yeah, but Ocarina of Time just broke a lot of new ground. So I'd say they're even, just overall, you know.
Yeah, there's Banjo-Kazooie as well, if we're reliving the classic 64 era. Join in,
GoldenEye.
Steve. You're going to hate me. Bear in mind, I got my Nintendo 64. I think I was about 10 years old, and I traded GoldenEye, which came with the console, for Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh, I
You're
remember that
full.
one.
You're full.
Forgive me, Greggles.
That's alright.
Command and Conquer, always fun to play.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
I played Command & Conquer for the first time yesterday.
The original or
What?
one of the sequels?
It was 2D. The computer was super mean to us. You had to build power plants, and then barracks and refineries.
Sounds like it was the original. Was it GDI versus Nod?
Yeah.
Yep, and the first mission, there was a boat.
Oh, we didn't
like,
do missions. I was playing multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
That was the entire reason I was dragged into playing it for the first time.
It had to have been the original then, because you said it was all 2D, right? No isometric.
Yeah, all 2D, and it lagged horrendously whenever there was water.
Yeah, good old Command and Conquer. Mass Effect, always
Oh,
fun.
Oh, I
yes.
love the first one.
Yeah,
I love number 2 the best.
yeah.
Number 2 I really did enjoy, but the ending was a bit...
Yeah,
I
like,
don't know, I
be
was
continued.
expecting more. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I didn't-
expected more.
yeah, I didn't like how you go through this elaborate plot in the first 2 games, and then all of a sudden the Reapers are like, "Screw it, we're just gonna come to the galaxy anyway."
And it's pretty straightforward.
It's,
Well,
it's like
we knew they were going to arrive, but we
Well, they-
had...
But there was such an elaborate plot to get them to arrive in the first 2 games, and then they just kind of throw it all.
Well,
they make it seem like it was
yeah.
all pointless, and it's kind of, I don't know. I didn't like
I
how they.
played the multiplayer for ages though, for like a year.
Oh, I think I played the multiplayer twice,
Yeah.
and then got crossed because I didn't get a GEF to play as.
And the third one,
I
I mean, it was decent, but the third one just seemed like the weakest of the 3.
Yeah. Once they improved the ending, I'm a bit happier with it. My choice of ending is now the one they added, where the cycle continues.
Oh, the
And
Reapers.
I'd
that-
Oh yeah, the what was it? The one where you refuse. Is it the refusal ending? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Liara's time capsule allows the next cycle to beat the Reapers.
So who was your love interest?
Kaiden.
Tally.
Mine was Tally. Yeah.
I waited 2 games.
I love Tally. Tally's awesome. Steve?
Well, sorry, I was falling asleep. It's past my bedtime, actually. I should
Oh,
probably
okay.
go soon.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to be
Okay.
up in 6 hours, I think.
Oh, jeez.
Talking of Mass Effect, I have some of the Mass Effect toys. I have Legion and Mordin, both whom are guaranteed to die unless you're an absolute evil person.
What is it about Mass Effect that you like? Because I only played a little bit of the first game, and I did never really sat right with me.
Oh, I
shooting.
hated it the very first time I played it because of the shooter elements. But once you get to the story bits that kick in, and you're sort of it really does draw you in.
Yeah.
It does have plot holes. Like if Siren was a Spectre, he would have had access to what he needed to open the Mass Effect relay anyway. There was no need for him to go all that way around to gain access to the Citadel. He could just walk anywhere he wants on it. He's a Spectre.
I think the third-person shooter element of it, I really didn't like it. That's why I stopped playing it.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is, unless you pick Soldier, your guns are rubbish. Well, actually, that's a lie. I picked Biotic and then Engineer, so my guns were always rubbish.
I can't remember what I picked here so long ago.
I always go Soldier in those games. I like the action elements. Not really a big
In the
fan of
later
skills.
games-
Always
I'm
pick
glad-
Vanguard.
I tried quite a few classes. I tried out the half soldier, half tech, the infiltrator, because he could cloak in the later games. That was quite cool. And the is Vanguard the one that's biotic / engineer?
No, it's one where you can like zoom forwards.
Oh, that's the biotic soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't try that one. I tried biotic engineer, the hybrid of those two, and the infiltrator, because it lets you change class on some of the new games.
Who is Biotic Engineer? I can't remember what the class name is.
No, I can't. It's bothering me now. I'll look it up.
I don't think there was one, was there?
I'm pretty sure there was.
Kaiden was it, but I can't remember the class name.
Could that have been the Infiltrator?
No, that was soldier / tech, because you cloaked and would use snipers.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm nearly
sure.
there. Don't worry. Classes. Here we are. It was the Sentinel.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that whole series. I mean, it was a really rich universe they created.
Yeah, I mean, they have started releasing tiddly little bits about Mass Effect 4, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. More planet exploration or something. The Return of the Mako.
Oh, God. It's awful.
Yeah, better be done right.
Can they bring Legion back to life? He was my favourite character.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I think that pretty much wraps up the podcast.
Do you mean the final section is no longer 7 minutes long?
It's 32 minutes long now.
Oh, great.
That's more acceptable.
Yeah, especially once we trim it down. They'll all probably be about 20 minutes once we edit everything down.
That's fine. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Decky.
Thank you for
If we ever
judging.
judge again, I'm having
Yeah.
it written in the contract that we do not have to play 30 games.
Yeah, I'm available whenever you want me to judge.
Okay, great.
I'm only available if I don't want to win.
Ah,
I should be
true.
okay to judge again, so long as there's no 30 games or people insisting you have it done within a month.
Hey.
Hey,
I didn't. I was kind enough. I didn't keep bugging
We haven't
you.
talked about that in the
Didn't bully you.
context.
we didn't bully you over it. We just said, like, look, mate, you know, we finished.
Me and Greggles finished within, was it 5 days?
It was
You
5
finished.
days.
You started playing the games before they were even meant to be in.
Yeah, well, I don't see why I should
And
use
we
my
benefited.
initiative.
We benefited from it.
Yeah, you got my Let's Plays to cheat with.
True. I guess I can't say anything.
Alright. I think this is us saying goodbye.
Yes.